some reason, that red hat is a dog whistle, and it's a triggering device. And in fact, there was a lady on an airplane. She saw somebody on the airplane with her with a MAGA hat, big red hat on. She decided to pen a letter and give it to her. And it said, "Dear Sir in the pretty red hat." I'm sure she really means that. "I wonder if you mean to scare black people, Jews, and immigrants. To us, your hat sanctions our deaths, our murders, our evisceration." I would have made a paper airplane and just beamed it at her. I mean, come on. I would have even taken a red pen and wrote MAGA on the wings before I commissioned it to flight. Trump's rhetoric will be blamed for my a-hole response when it was really just a fed-up conservative who's sick of the overreaction by the left. The same overreaction that leads to a bunch of homely, portly, Michelin men-looking women to strip naked in a photo for a voter outreach campaign ad that's called "Grab 'em by the ballot." More like "Grab 'em by the fridge handle."
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us, our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com, use promo code DOC, and get 15% off your purchase. That's neverforgottenapparel.com.
Adjust your mojo now. Thank you.
Ship has landed.
Doc Thompson. Brad Staggs. The mighty MoJo 50.
I told you it was going to be a gift. I told you she was going to be a gift. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
She is, in fact, the gift that keeps on giving, and I guarantee you she's going to keep on giving. So here's what I need from you. I need you to help us out with something. I need you to help out. I need you to share from now on, whenever you see anything from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, anything that she says, anything of note, which is going to be
everything,
most of what she says. Yeah. I need you to use a certain hashtag that we're going to be using here, and it's AOC says. And the AOC is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, right?
Yep.
So that way we can all just quickly go to it every day. So you can get up and in a second, you can find what she has said. Yep. Any recent sayings, happenings, and going on, OAC says.
This is AOC.
Excuse me, damn it. AOC. Keep wanting to put the O first.
It's all about the O.
AOC says. And the AOC, again, is for?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Right. So can you do that?
You killed my father.
Now, here's the thing. Let's say, I don't know, you have some things that you think maybe she would have said or could have said. You can also include that.
Are you
Hashtag AOC says.
Are you suggesting that people get creative? I mean, I wouldn't suggest that because no one can get creative with
For example,
that.
there's a meme that's been going around that people have been sharing that has a picture of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez looking longingly, pondering out the window of a car. And it says, bread goes in, toast comes out. But where does the bread go?
Yeah.
So I was just saying stuff like that could be one that...
You just when you want to reach over to her nose and just go, boop.
Yeah. So, go ahead and share that if you have similar ones.
Yeah, all right.
That way, again, people can just go right to them because it's a gift. And, sometimes you get busy, you forget about such things. So, again, hashtag AOC says for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I have some recent ones that I'd like to share.
Please do.
Yeah. She said, and this is via tweet, asking to be considered a refugee and applying for status isn't a crime.
No.
It wasn't for Jewish families fleeing Germany.
Right.
It wasn't for targeted families fleeing Rwanda. It wasn't for communities fleeing war-torn Syria. It wasn't for those fleeing violence in Central America. Hashtag AOC says.
Yeah, she Kind of stepped in it on that one.
You think so?
Just a smidge. I mean,
Yeah, she doesn't think so.
yeah, well, there's a lot of things she can think. Comparing this caravan, these people, to Holocaust survivors.
And why is that a fail?
Well, let's see.
Were they fleeing?
The caravan, they were fleeing, but not necessarily from anything, especially these gang members. What were they? The only thing they were fleeing is the authorities that were trying to keep them down.
It's almost like that doesn't apply.
Right.
It's almost like there's, okay.
Yes. Yeah. Because you see, they were doing bad stuff. And when you do bad stuff, generally speaking, you get the authorities coming after you. You get the popo on your tail. The Jews, they weren't doing bad stuff.
Huh.
They were just...
Well, it's funny. Lindsey Graham kind of took your side in this thing, too, and said, I recommend she, being Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, take a tour of the Holocaust Museum in D.C. Might help her better understand the difference between the Holocaust and the caravan at Tijuana.
Yeah. She didn't like that, did she?
No, and by she, I mean her lackeys responded via the Twitter. The point of such a treasured museum is... Okay, that deserves an open hand slap right there. That's the moment. Of such a treasured museum is to bring its lessons to present day. Okay, I'm not sure that is exclusively the reason. It may be maybe one of the reasons, but okay. To bring its lessons to present day, you mean so people can understand history? Okay, gotcha. All right. She could just say, history, but all right.
Yeah.
She said the administration has jailed children and violated human rights. Perhaps we should stop pretending that authoritarianism plus violence is a historical event instead of a growing force.
Huh. Now, she was referring to the Trump administration, I assume, and not the Obama administration, which did the same thing.
Why, he didn't jail children. He didn't.
There are... Define jail.
Cars lock him up. I mean, oh, wait, he did.
Yeah, he did that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that seems a little hypocritical then if she's
That was just chain link fence, though. I
Oh,
mean, when you
gotcha.
get right down to it, it's just chain link fence.
Yeah, see, the difference here is they didn't have to come.
Correct.
And even if you say they're fleeing their war-torn areas or they live under constant threat in El Salvador and Honduras and Guatemala, they could have gone other places.
Well, as a matter of fact, when you're seeking asylum, you have to the first country you get to that is not hostile toward your beliefs and your freedom, aren't you required to ask them first?
Yeah, and they could have just stayed in Mexico. And
Yes,
by the way, Mexico said, hey, you can just stay here and we'll give you food and jobs and shelter and money. And they said, we'll give you jobs. We'll do it. Nope, we don't want that. We're the caravan. We're going to America. So, again, you're good. It's not like the Jews said, hey, oh my gosh, they're killing us.
Right. They're shoving us in an oven.
Right, and we could just go to a neighboring country where they won't kill us. And then the country said, hey, you're good to go. We're not going to kill you.
Right.
It would be like them saying, no, it's not good enough. We need to continue on our journey where they won't kill us better.
Right. Yeah. We don't want to get killed this close. We want to be farther away when we get killed.
It's nonsense. No. So that's the reason I think it's time for hashtag AOC says for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She recently tweeted out her goals. Dear diary,
Today,
if only Lance would ask me out to the prom.
I think he likes me.
And by Lance, I mean some chick who identifies as a dude, and that's perfectly fine.
I'm good with that. I'd be good with that.
January 3rd, 2016. Dear diary, I bought a pink pussy hat today. I want to march for women's rights.
It brings out her eyes.
I stand for women's rights and equality for all with Linda Sarsour. Day, January 22nd, 2016. Dear diary, it seems like Linda Sarsour isn't actually standing up for all people's rights. But I could never admit that.
Not now.
Not now. Aspirational goals. Hashtag AOC says. Aspirational goals. Number 1, push the limits of what's possible.
Okay, that makes sense. Push the limits of what's possible. I mean, why would you want to push the limits of what's not possible?
I just want to push the what is impossible limit.
Yes, I mean, it sounds very frustrating to me. If you're going to start trying to push the limits of what isn't possible, then you're just getting into impossible territory, and no one likes it there. It's cold and it's lonely.
July 18th, 2017. Dear Diary, today Lance pushed the limits of what's possible. Hashtag me too. I agreed to second base, and before I knew it, he was rounding third. Hashtag AOC says. Number 1, aspirational goals. Push the limits of what's possible. I feel like there should be like a fife and drum behind me on this, but okay. Number 2, nuts and bolts. Nuts and bolts. So number 1 is aspirational goals. Push the limits of what's possible. Number 2, nuts and bolts. Our lives are on the line.
Is nuts and bolts a metaphor for sexuality? Because if it is, that's golden.
Brad, I can just sum up what you just said by saying 142 and 143. The gender identity 140.
Oh, that's
There's
true.
182 of them, you know.
That's true.
That's
true.
gender identity 142 and 143. I'm nuts.
And I'm bolts.
I'm 142.
Good morning. I'm 143.
Good morning. Nuts and bolts here. Waka, waka, waka. So number 1, aspirational goals. Push the limits of what's possible. Number 2, nuts and bolts. Our lives are on the line. We shouldn't let the planet be destroyed because it's too expensive to save. We shouldn't let it be destroyed because it's quote, too expensive to save.
Right.
In other words, what other people say. We shouldn't let it be destroyed because it's too expensive to save.
It's too big to fail.
Well, Mother Gaia
Earth
is too big to fail.
Too big to fail. I will support her on that one. It's just too big to fail, which means we can't fail it.
Number 3, supporters. Number 4.
So what's your goal this year? Supporters.
Yeah, there's nothing else to that. Supporters.
Don't you need a verb in there somewhere?
I don't guess. I mean, what does that mean?
Well, there was no verb in nuts and bolts either. So,
well, no, but she gave a definition or an explanation.
That's true. Supporters. Okay.
Right. So supporters, number 4. And see, the first one says aspirational goals with a colon and explained aspirational goals. But does that mean aspirational goals covers all of these as well? Because each one has its next heading and then a colon after it. So it says aspirational goals, colon, push the limits of what's possible. Number 2, nuts plus bolts. Nuts plus bolts. I said nuts and bolts. That didn't change the meaning.
Oh, I was going to say
that's gender 154.
That gives it a whole new meaning.
So nuts is 142, bolts is 143, 154 is nuts plus bolts. I think that's how it works.
So the bolt goes in the hole.
I didn't say that. I did not say that at all.
I mean,
nor did she. Do not put words in her mouth.
I mean, you could.
That's gender 164.
You could twist the nut around the bolt.
Putting words in her mouth is a whole different gender. Okay, let me try to explain this.
Okay.
Number 1, aspirational goals, colon, push the limits of what's possible. Number 2, nuts plus bolts, colon, our lives are on the line. We shouldn't let the planet be destroyed because it's, quote, too expensive to save. Number 3, supporters, colon. Number 4.
Wait, maybe that's it.
Colon?
Colon.
She's supporting
colons.
Men's health.
Yes.
It's all about prostate exams.
Yes.
Finally.
Yep. Finally, somebody gets it. We've got her on our side.
There it is. Because it's not a semicolon. It's a colon. Number 4. Opponents, fossil fuel industry.
Me, I'm a bag, Dan and fake soldoms. That made as much sense as what that did.
Opponents, colon, fossil fuel industry. I don't know what that. That's just saying there.
That's the beauty of that sentence. No one knows.
She's named her enemies. Is that it?
That's yes, she has. Boop.
Okay. And then finally, number 5, and the final, beyond energy, colon, a federal jobs guarantee. Done. Boom. Mic drop.
Beyond.
You understand that now?
Energy.
A federal jobs guarantee. Done.
Pure energy. Dum, dum, dum. What was that
Information
song?
Society.
That's it. Yeah.
Beyond energy, a federal jobs. Oh.
Please share.
I got it. I got
Okay.
it. She's talking in millennial code.
Oh. Is this where? So this is where all the. It's like a dog whistle.
Yeah, it's not a dog whistle, it's a different language. Maybe it's not millennials, because I know a lot of millennials that also would be reading this going, I have no idea what this is. Is it social justice warrior code? It's their own language. It's like Carney.
Yeah.
You know, when you're out there and the Carnies want to talk about you, I think that's what this is going on. Hashtag AOC says. So now there you go. Now, she recently tweeted something out in Spanish. And one of her followers put, oh, you really gonna make Fox News hire a translator just to understand your roast? And she responded in English, don't worry. Fox News has made it clear that they are far superior to, plus more intelligent than me, who they've called the, quote, little simple person. So I'm sure catching up to me in spoken languages shouldn't be a problem for them. There you go. Hashtag AOC says.
Wow. But I'll give her this. She makes you stop and think about what she said.
Right.
She makes you stop and ponder it for a minute. It's not, you can't just let it blow right on by.
It's not easily understood there. No, not at all.
And after you've pondered it for a few minutes, it still doesn't make
any sense.
No,
but
it's just words strung together almost.
That's all. And that is the point of hashtag AOC says. So if you've got any in meme form or other, by all means, please share them. Not just today, but moving forward always.
And that's a good question, by the way. Why is Alaska cold and Hawaii hot if they're right next to each other?
Right on the map, I see them. Right there.
And she did. She asked that question thanks to Mary Jack Hole Christmas.
And is that hashtag AOC says?
Yes, why it is hashtag AOC says. So, and she brings up a very good point. They are right there next to each other, right below Arizona. Why aren't they both just equally as hot and arid as Arizona?
Brad, my aspirational goals is that hashtag AOC long term.
Yes. Yes.
Corduroy. That we don't just use it today. That long term moves forward.
She'll get Palin.
I didn't say that.
I did.
I thought it.
You know
that we just keep putting them out there, putting them out there. And we'll refer to this in the future as well. So hashtag AOC, get those into us. All right, moving on. I got to remind you about Ridge Zone. How you doing? You still in the Ridge Zone? You doing well?
I'm wearing a success story. I wore this specifically today because this is a success story.
I would think a success story would come better looking.
This is a very nice flannel shirt. And when I bought it a year and a half ago, and I bought it without trying it on. And when I got it home, I put it on. It was like, damn it, the buttons don't. I'm not taking it back. They made it too small? They made the damn thing too small, quite frankly. So I decided I'm not getting rid of the shirt. I'm keeping the shirt, and I will one day fit into that shirt, and it will button. And well, look at that. I mean, you could fit a small baby gorilla in here with me. You could. That's wow. And that's in thanks in part to Ridge Zone at ridgezone.com. It's my secret weapon. When people ask me what's your secret weapon, it's not a secret anymore because it's a secret weapon. I don't tell anybody. It's a weapon, then it's not a secret weapon. I don't let anybody know that that's what I'm doing. I take the Ridge Zone, and it helps keep me from sport eating. But you just told them. You tell them all the time. But no, then no one's listening. That's a good point. Say that. Yeah, it's ridgezone.com. What it does is it helps you lose weight by boosting your metabolism so you burn more. But along the way, it also makes you want to eat less. It just makes you feel naturally fuller. And I say naturally fuller because it's based on something called OAC. You see, this would be the OEA as opposed to the AOC, but the OEA does not say anything. That's a good point. See, that's how you... OEA, which stands for... Oleg Redem Haviland. There wasn't an R in there. Yes, there was. You just didn't hear it fast enough. OEA, which should also not be confused with OMD. No. Which is... Those orchestral maneuvers in the dark. Do not confuse them or whatever. Now, you may lose weight with those as well. Yes, you will. But not as much as you do with Ridge Zone. That's correct. Again, boosting your metabolism, making you feel fuller. This is the time of the year you definitely want to try it out because it's going to put you ahead of the curve. Because I guarantee you within the next few weeks, next month or so, you're going to go, damn, I got to lose weight. People wrap it in that...
New Year's resolution and stuff. Don't wait. Start it today.
It's the season of food. Everywhere you go, there's food. Everybody's got cookies out and all the treats. And
you still want to eat them, and
yes,
you will.
You're right.
But you're just going to naturally eat less because you're going to feel fuller.
Again, it's the sport eating that gets you every time. That eating that you do after you really should stop. If you think about it, you're full. But you keep eating. That's where this thing comes in. It's on the margins.
Oh, it's on the margins. I like that.
You're betting on the come line.
Okay. It's RidUZone.com. That's RidUZone.com. I told you Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was going to be a gift that keeps giving, and guess who else keeps giving? Another one that I told you, Michael Avenatti.
Oh, gosh. I love him.
Do we have a rim shot for him?
We need something. We need something. No, we need some slimy sounds.
How about a spray?
That would work.
Or a slide whistle. He needs a sound effect.
He is such a
Michael Avenatti is in a little bit of trouble today. Stormy Daniels released a statement about Michael Avenatti. Now, we have that statement here for you today. And according to her, I guess we could just sum it up before we get to the specifics of it, that he started another crowdfunding campaign to make some money against her will and without her knowledge. So there was at least one or two out there already where supporters could give her money, and it was hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
And then he started another one. She only found out about it because he tweeted about it.
Well, how did he think he was going to keep it a secret? I mean, the whole idea behind crowdfunding is that you tell a crowd.
The only person who couldn't figure it out was Stormy Daniels. As long as she didn't figure it out, he was good. And I don't know if you know anything about Stormy Daniels, but
she stood in line and she thought she was waiting for brains. She wasn't.
Right. No. So anyway, so she put that out there, and he said that she sued Trump for defamation against her will. #MeToo. So,
and yet she stood up there
and supported something's going on here. I don't know what it is, but when the two crazies start battling it out, it's gold. It's gold, Jerry. All right, do you have the statement from Stormy Daniels? It's kind of lengthy, but I think we can get it all in.
Let's see. Hang on. Hold on one second. I know you were waiting on me to have that ready. And hold on a minute.
So she put out a statement first, and then Avenatti released a statement in response to her statement.
Wait a minute. Where did it go?
Remember when I sent it to you and said you should have this ready?
Yes, you did.
Send it to you.
Where did it go?
I emailed it to you. I don't know.
I don't know where it went. Oh,
there it is.
Hang on. Now my computer froze up. Stand by. Play amongst yourselves for just a second, and I'll find it.
Now the pressure's on you. I got nothing else.
Good. Where in the world did it go? It just disappeared. Crap. All right. I don't know where it is. There it is. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry. And I can't.
Doesn't that suck?
It really does.
Okay, here we go.
And all you can do.
All right, Stormy Daniels' statement about Michael Avenatti. Go.
Stormy Daniels. For months, I've asked Michael Avenatti to give me accounting information about the fund my supporters so generously donated to for my safety and legal defense. He has repeatedly ignored those requests. Days ago, I demanded again, repeatedly, that he tell me how the money was being spent and how much was left. Instead of answering me without my permission or even my knowledge, Michael launched another crowdfunding campaign to raise money on my behalf. I learned about it on Twitter. I haven't decided yet what to do about legal representation moving forward. Michael has been a great advocate in many ways. I'm tremendously grateful to him for aggressively representing me in my fight to regain my voice. But in other ways, Michael has not treated me with the respect and deference an attorney should show to a client.
All right. Can we pause there? It's about halfway through her little statement there. She has desperately fought to regain her voice.
Yeah.
Or distance herself from the wife beater.
Right. Is you think that's what's going on there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You might be right. Maybe she knows that this is likely going down, ain't going to be good for anybody associated with him. Thank you. Her voice. How was she the victim here? She doinked a married man for her own career, to grow her career.
Yes.
Great, fine. No judgment. That's fine. But you made a choice. Then you made a choice to accept money to keep your mouth shut after you didn't keep your mouth shut.
Right.
And again, no judgment. Fine, you made a deal.
We know, at least we know who you are.
Right, and that's okay. No judgment, Stormy. Where I judge is where now you are playing the victim.
Yeah.
You made the choice to sleep with the married guy, then to take the money to not talk about sleeping with the married guy who was running for president, and then you turn around, breach the contract, breach the contract, and you're the victim. And now you come out and say you've struggled just to regain your voice.
She didn't just breach the contract. She went against, I mean, it wasn't one of those gray areas. Well, you know, maybe
she did. Let's look at the...
She was paid specifically to shut up.
Do not talk about that affair, and she talked about the affair.
Which...
And she's the victim here. This is what she's claiming. So she is Fruit Loops. Michael Avenatti is Fruit Loops.
Yep.
And now they're standing against each other. Now this is... And you can see she's playing kind of nice, but calling him out here. She made accusations that, if provable, that she said, don't do this, I don't want you to sue, whatever, and he did it anyway. Michael Avenatti not only could lose his license, not only is there a civil suit pending, or likely in the future, Michael Avenatti could go to prison for this. Oh, it's serious. There's more to come. Stand by.
A mojo for every state. Mojo 50.
I'm Mike Opelka from PureOpelka.com. Here's your 2-minute drill. Would it be too much to ask the mainstream media for just an ounce, maybe even a drop of truth and honesty when it comes to covering Barack Obama? I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the lies. I'm sick of the lack of actual journalistic integrity when it comes to covering the former president. I'm speaking, of course, about the comments that have surfaced lately from the former president talking about energy.
You know, I know we're an oil country, and we need American energy, and by the way, American energy production. You wouldn't always know it. But you know, it went up every year I was president, and you know, that whole suddenly America's like the biggest oil producer and the biggest that was me, people. I just wanted you to. So
the laughter says it all. The laughter, I think, is the real story here. Those are Texans who are saying, no, it wasn't you. You tried to kill the Keystone Pipeline. In fact, Obama was the guy who warned anybody who wanted to open a coal plant in 2011 that he was going to bankrupt them.
So if somebody wants to build a coal-powered plant, they can. It's just that it will bankrupt them because they're going to be charged a huge sum for all that greenhouse gas that's being emitted.
Disgusting. And by the way, he's also not driving a Chevy Volt as he promised. Testudo, my friends. Testudo.
Mike Opelka's 2-minute drill is powered by MoJoWildRice.com. Their wild rice is a superfood, gluten, sodium, fat, and cholesterol-free, yet high in fiber, protein, zinc, phosphorus, and trace minerals. But you're going to love it because it's delicious. MoJoWildRice.com. MoJoWildRice.com. Interesting. What's that? We got communiques coming in before we get back to Stormy Daniels and Michael Avenatti.
Yeah. Donna Moss says your favorite, maybe your only leftist liberal fan is up early this morning. Are you referring to yourself, Donna? Because you know what?
And read that again. She said.
She says your favorite or maybe only leftist liberal fan is up early this morning.
Nice.
See, we are the bridge. We are love.
I thought we were the glue.
Love can build the bridge.
Are we a bridge or are we glue?
Glue is love. Love is glue. We are the bridge.
So she's the leftist. Interesting.
That is.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Even better for us.
Yes.
Tell your friends. 2-drink minimum.
Exactly.
All right, back to Stormy Daniels' statement about Michael Avenatti. So that's pretty damning. In fact, a law professor at NYU said if, and this again is an if, if he filed the case with her name when it was clear that she told him not to, then he could be sued for that. He could also be sued for malpractice. If true, she has malpractice case against him. Again, this is if it's true.
How do you
then he could face a serious discipline, subject to criminal prosecution and disbarment.
he will be slapped with a fish. This is silly
It'll be
discipline.
silly discipline.
Well,
silly.
the problem is, how do you prove the negative? How do you prove that she didn't approve?
Here it is. Hey, Stormy, Mike here, via email or text, thinking about suing for Trump for defamation. No, don't do that. In your name, I want to do is don't do it. And then he does it. There would have to be something like that.
Yeah.
And I wonder, unless he can prove that she did give him authorization, maybe there's something there too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And of course, cases like that come down to building a file or with evidence. So
if she gave him power of attorney,
then it would be different.
Then yes, it would be hugely different.
Still very interesting. All right, back to her statement. We were about halfway through. Again, Stormy Daniels just randomly yesterday comes out with a statement on Michael Avenatti.
To get back into character here, hang on. He has spoken on my behalf without my approval. You'd think she would have brought that up sooner.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. He filed a defamation case against Donald Trump against my wishes. He repeatedly refused to tell me how my legal defense fund was being spent. Now he has launched a new crowdfunding campaign using my face and my name without my permission and attributing words to me that I never wrote or said.
Like spasm?
Yes.
And Neptune?
Or perhaps gallbladder. I'm deeply grateful to my supporters, and are they the same supporters that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is referring to?
I don't know, maybe.
Is this part of the code? I'm deeply grateful to my supporters, and they deserve to know their money is being spent responsibly. It's in her fund. You can guarantee that's not happening. I don't want to hurt Michael, but it's time to set the record straight. The truth has always been my greatest ally.
Wait a minute. She's announcing her stand-up career.
The truth.
She's going into comedy.
It must
This
be.
is all comedy.
It must be.
The truth has always been her greatest ally.
The truth lives here.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. My goal is the same as it has always been.
Better lighting?
Same as it ever was.
Less fluffer time?
Same as it ever was.
Shorter career? Less time on her back? No anal? What's the better light? What's the... Well, she's a porn star.
Yes.
Her goal has always been the same.
And ironically...
Make a bunch of money prostituting yourself.
The next line is the true irony. My goal is the same as it's always been, to stand up. And as a porn star,
she's a porn star,
right?
There is some standing up, but a lot more horizontal activity. Kneeling is a big one as well.
But that is not
kneeling
standing.
over, kneeling down, step and fetch it, turn around, jump down, hooks and pulleys, elaborate systems, machinery, beds, cots, back rooms,
and that one thing she does with that one finger. To stand up for myself and take back my voice after being bullied.
Not there. You said you wouldn't put it in my room. No, not there. Is it taking back her voice?
I think so.
They're taking the duct tape off.
After being bullied and intimidated by President Trump and his minions. One way or another, I'm going to continue in that fight, and I want everyone who has stood by me to know how profoundly grateful I am for their support, because these puppies don't sit up here like this by themselves.
They don't sit up there at all.
I added that last part.
Okay.
Yes.
You're not a victim. You made your choice. Live by it. I have no problem with you making the choices to do that to those people for money and whatever, and good for you. That's great. But I'm not going to let you stand here or lay there and pretend to be a victim of this stuff.
Or even kneel
You
there.
are not.
No.
Now, I love the crazy because, she puts this out there and Avenatti's like, whoa.
Here, hold my beer.
Right, exactly. So then he comes out with a rebut. And I did.
I see, because it's a fork. I do.
It sounds like anus.
Yes, it does.
A slang term.
I am. She sounds remarkably like her. I don't know. I am and have always been Stormy's biggest champion. I have personally.
Hang on, Mike. Hold it to say.
Yes.
You're giving yourself too much credit.
I've seen her champions, and he is not the biggest one.
Okay.
He is a boob, though. I have personally sacrificed an enormous amount of money, time, and energy toward assisting her because I believe in her.
Dude, wait a minute. What? This guy, it is all sex, the whole thing.
Uh-huh. Yes, it is.
Like, he's not clever enough to write the double entendres on purpose.
No.
This is all Freudian here.
I believe in her.
This is all Freudian. Every couple of lines is a significant
in her
Freudian slip.
In her, I believe.
Okay, start from the top again. Ready? Go ahead. Ready?
I am and have always been Stormy's biggest champion. I have personally sacrificed an enormous amount of money, time, and energy toward assisting her because I believe in her. See, if you put the emphasis on the second syllable there, it's in her.
Dude, that's one, two sentences.
Yes,
there's like 4 bells.
Uh-huh.
Michael Avenatti, when discussing Stormy Daniels, is 3 bell per sentence. That's where he's at.
Yeah. Oh, easily. I mean, well, he's a guy.
All right, so that's just the first part. There's more. There's more to come.
Well, should I continue?
Yeah, I think so.
I have always been an open book with Stormy as to all aspects of her cases, and she knows that.
Okay.
The retention agreement Stormy signed back in February.
By the way, that was her 3rd movie, right?
Yes, I believe.
The retention agreement.
Oh, and boy, was it! You know, she could. She
retained.
It was amazing. Back in February, provided that she would pay me $100. That's all. She would pay.
Wait, his retainer's $100?
$1 million? No, Michael. 100,000? No. $100, Michael.
Just one. See the decimal point? I know it's throwing you off there. It's not a comma, buddy.
That she would pay me.
No wonder the guy owes so much in taxes. His retainer fee is $100. Same as downtown.
Wow. Provided that she would pay me $100 and that any and all other monies raised via a legal fund would go toward my legal fees and costs.
Oh, wait a minute. He's saying that she agreed to this deal. The deal being this. Ready? Mike, tell you what, I'll just give you $100. Just $100. That's it. And then everything that people donate into the fund, which if we go from the Kavanaugh and the Blasey Ford funds and whatever, sometimes they're close to $1 million. You can just have all that.
Yeah.
Who's making that deal? She's an idiot, but she's not that dumb.
Yeah, no, she's
I mean, she's used to getting screwed, but she's not going to get screwed.
Right.
Am I right?
She's not going to get screwed for getting screwed.
Stormy, I got a great deal for you. You ready?
All right,
Here's the deal. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is good.
You're
going to love this. Are you sitting down?
I'm kneeling, actually.
Which is shocking. But okay, are you ready for this deal? This is going to be big for you. Big, I say. Big, big, enormous. And it has to deal with all aspects of your case. Breasticles. Anyways, here's the deal. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Titties. Here's the deal. Okay, ready? You pay me a retainer of $100.
What?
Okay.
That's all?
Right, but here's the deal. That is all. And then I'll take every penny, maybe millions we make off of a GoFundMe page, and you'll get none of that.
Wait a minute. Is that a good deal?
Penis.
Okay, yeah. I'll do it. I'll do it right now.
Come on, Mike. Come on. Nobody's buying. Your Honor, we stand with the plaintiff.
We kneel with the plaintiff.
Yes. We kneel, sit, stand, lay horizontally, whatever. We're with the plaintiff, the Stormy chick.
Yeah.
Come on. You're done. It's over. You're not winning this. Oh, this is gold, Jerry. But there's more. He
hell of a deal.
Claims more things as well.
Instead, the vast majority of the money raised has gone toward her security expenses and similar other expenses. You know how much knee pads are these days?
Wait, what is similar to security expenses?
Those would be other security expenses.
No, then that would be covered under the first
Yeah.
statement towards her security expenses.
Look, a butterfly.
Right. What is... No, I'm serious. If you said other expenses, fine. But he said similar. This guy's an attorney.
Yes.
You don't know that words matter when you're discussing stuff like this?
That's
If he
the
had
beauty
said
of that.
toward her security expenses and other expenses, you'd say fine. But what is similar to security?
Security. And that's it.
There's nothing similar to safety and security other than safety and security.
Yes, that's correct.
If he had said gone toward bodyguards and similar other expenses, you'd say, oh, bodyguards and other security measures. That's not what he said.
No. And similar
He is such a
other
moron.
expenses.
Just a bit more.
The last sentence. The most recent campaign was simply a refresh of the other campaign, the prior campaign, designed to help defray some of Stormy's expenses.
That's the reason he launched the additional crowdfunding, is what he's saying.
To defray some of her additional expenses.
He didn't say, yeah, I told her that. He didn't say they'd agreed upon any of this stuff. He didn't say that that she did give him permission to file the defamation case. None of that stuff.
No.
So...
No. As a matter of fact, the only sentence in there that really means anything, the retention agreement Stormy signed back in February provided that she would pay me $100. That's the only sentence in there that says anything at all. The rest is fluff.
And by the way, that part may be legit.
Well, how is it not racist?
Right. How? Right. You've got to prove it. The onus is on you. So... I can't believe this. I can't believe that we are at a place where I overwhelmingly, automatically believe the porn star over you.
You support,
think about that, Mike.
You support the porn star.
Right.
And she needs some support, let me tell you.
Avenatti, think about this. Right off of just statements. We believe the non-trustworthy, contract-breaking, victim-claiming porn star over you.
Yeah.
And really kind of prostitute.
Let's see. She had sex for money, but who hasn't? We all pay.
We can't believe you because you're just not as credible as the contract-breaking, victim-playing porn star prostitute. You're not as believable as her.
His aspirational goals really needed some work, didn't they?
It's going to be a good campaign.
He has
2020 is going to be good for him.
He has risen to the trust level just before a lying porn star.
Just below.
Just below. Yeah, just below a lying porn star. You know, I'd like him as my attorney, I think. That's what you really need to be successful in life, as an attorney who's just below a porn star.
I feel bad for Avenatti just a bit. He clearly has no friends.
Well, these women are out to get him. I mean, there's no question about it. These women are just lined up. They are taking advantage of this poor man who obviously doesn't have
I feel a little bit
cells.
bad for him. He has no friends. And you know how I know that?
Well, how?
Because he continues on. There's
There's
been no
one
intervention.
telling you, Michael, shut up.
Right. At some point, you and the guy in the Ron
Phillips,
would be, let me go. No, shut up, Doc.
Just
shut
stop
up.
it.
Stop it.
Stop. This is an intervention. Just stop it. Shut up. Don't say anything else. And just come
He
in
just
here.
continues
let
on.
Let it blow over.
Doc.
Yeah.
The lying victim playing
Gotta stop.
prostitute and porn star is more credible than you now. It's time to give up the ghost, man. Come on.
There's nobody telling him that.
So
It's just these women. I'm telling you, he's being attacked by women.
And who's winning here?
The women.
No, we are.
Well, that's true.
That's the important
that
part.
goes without saying.
Right on, man. Right on.
Right. Because
right on.
You know what they say? Mocking the left feels so right.
Feels so right. That's actually the slogan of Right On Game at rightongame.com. Rightongame.com. It's a conservative party game because mocking the left feels so right. Here's how you play the Right On Game. Brad Staggs, go.
Well, you take cards. You see, you take cards, and each of those cards has a saying on them.
And what do we do with them?
Once you read those cards, you'll also notice that you need to keep score so that you find out which team in the end wins by actually reading the statements on the cards.
But there was something in the middle there.
Yeah, well, the interplay during the middle is where you score the points. So let's say that you read one of the cards and you need 10 points. You only got 8 points on that one. Your opponent has 12 points. You're going to need an extra 4 points. Read some cards, score some points, and win with the Right On Game.
Actually kind of works.
See?
It kind of worked.
Be vague and say it with conviction.
Holy moly. Can't
That's all
believe
you
you got
need.
divorced multiple times. That's shocking to me. I don't know, whatever.
You don't understand. You don't understand, honey. We were just friends. We were sitting in the back of the car. We were just friends.
You know who could use that line of crap? Michael Avenatti.
Yes.
He's like, damn, if I had Brad Staggs with that line of crap.
Just line words out.
I wouldn't be about to be incarcerated.
Just spit them all out.
Malpractice. If only I had Brad Staggs. That's really kind of believable. You could have been a really bad attorney or a great porn star.
Yes.
Right On Game is similar to other games. We're not sure which ones, but it is a game of scenarios where you get to trigger the little snowflakes on the left. You had to do that with some of the scenarios they put you in. And we're going to play to give you an example how to play and how not to play. Live as special content from MoJo 5-0 a week from tonight. We will
Is that a week from tonight? Wow.
Yeah, we will be at an undisclosed location that we will disclose in the future.
Right.
But as of now, it's undisclosed.
So, wait a minute.
Because they didn't disclose it to me.
We're going to sit around, smoke cigars, drink booze, and play this game?
Yep.
I love this country.
Yeah.
I love this country. No wonder the caravan wants in.
There's a good chance it is a career-ending game for us. But we're going out with a bang.
Well... Yeah, so stormy.
Yeah.
Despite the condemning glares from your neighbors with the blow-up Santa and mechanical reindeer, this is my neighborhood, you continue to put up your nativity scene every Christmas season. This is under the heading Christian Assault.
Yeah, these are some of the scenarios, and again, we don't know how it's played yet, but what the scenarios.
You read cards, you score points, you win with the most points.
You lovingly nicknamed the fastest cook at your diner, Speedy Gonzalez. You gave up white guilt for Lent, and it's stuck. You told your son, who is white and was raised in an upper middle-class suburb, that he sounds ridiculous using urban black dialect. By the way, your totally acceptable racist joke of the day coming up just over an hour from right now.
Yes, and it's a classic. You could not attend a coworker's homosexual wedding because of a pre-planned hunting trip to Africa.
That's hilarious.
That's a good one.
All right, it's called Right On Game, and you can get it at rightongame.com. You can also get a discount, I believe, can you?
Yes, you can get a discount, and you would get it by using the promo code. Go ahead and tell them what the promo code is.
Yes.
There you go. You use the promo code, and you will, in fact... get a discount
at rightongame.com. She's selling these things like crazy.
Yes, she is.
She's gonna have to go back to the manufacturer for more.
Well, and it's also a good gift. It's a really good stuff.
Whoa! That's weird. That shouldn't have happened.
Hey now.
Yeah, it's a really good gift, and you can also play it around the holidays. So pick up 2 or 3 copies of them. I think they go for about $25 each.
$25, yeah.
$25 each. So for $100, you could probably pick up 4 of them.
I think so.
4 of them.
Carry the 7.
Nearby, close to 4. Anyway.
Really, yes.
Get that, and then you've got a couple to give away, and you got a couple to play. Take them to holiday parties and fun. Order now so you'll have them throughout the holiday season or what.
MoJo 50 is the code.
That's where we're at.
See? That's exactly.
That's the code? Is that what you're saying?
Promo code, yeah.
What's he telling us for? Like, we didn't know? Didn't we say that?
10% discount.
Right. We said that already.
Does he know how insulting he's being?
You should try listening to the show.
Rightongame.com. What's that promo code again?
That would be MoJo 50.
And what do they get off?
10%
off. Same as downtown. Okay.
Stormy Daniels would have had better luck hiring an attorney instead of a lawyer. Hashtag AOC says, courtesy of President Toad Saga.
Thank God you put AOC says, because I was like,
yes.
Did I misunderstand something?
And that's the thing.
Beauty of it.
That's the beauty. Her words.
I was like,
you read them a couple of times because you go.
I was like this. Aren't they the same thing?
But
are there something like a
everything she
says?
Attorney? You have to ponder it.
Wow.
because it's like, oh man, she's trying to communicate. I can feel it. Those words have to make some sort of sense.
By the way, Les Moonves, did you see the latest on Les?
Oh, no.
I told you, Les, the former CBS executive.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was the media mogul. I mean, this was the guy. And accusations came out months ago, beginning of the year, that he was in a hashtag Me Too thing. And I said, this is going to be bad for him. They're going to try to sidestep this because you understand, Les Moonves was at least believed to be, and probably, in fact, responsible for CBS making millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. So they knew this guy had value.
Right.
They really did. So what do you got to do? You're like, okay, this is not just somebody who's in trouble. We got to, it's one thing if you have a host who's likely to bring in some things or an anchor. This guy is a founding, pillar at this point.
You cannot just blow him off.
The recent success of CBS. You cannot just blow him off. So I said, yep, they're going to do it. But he cannot stop this. The Me Too thing is too powerful. The accusations don't have to be proven, and you're done. This shows.
The accusations go deep.
They do go deep. So Les ended up resigning. And by that, I mean forced out. Now there's new accusations. New sexual misconduct accusations from Bobby Phillips.
Oh, Bobby,
She's an actress.
Yeah, I knew that.
Allegedly took place March of 95 after her talent manager set up a meeting, she says. Now, she said she went to the Warner Brothers studio in Burbank, California for her sit-down with Les Moonves.
Was it sitting down on his lap? Hey-oh.
You're going to have a sit-down? He said, according to her, he'd set her up with John Levy, the casting director of the show ER at the time of the meeting. Moonves was the president of Warner Brothers Television. He left a message for Levy before directing her, that Bobby Phillips, to an easel that outlined various projects going on in the company.
I'd like to call your attention to the easel, which lists various projects going on with the company.
Here's one. It's called ER, and we have some positions on ER. Here's a list of the positions.
If you assume this position you likely could assume
that position. That's essentially what happened.
It's kind of hard to swallow, though.
It really is. She claimed that to the Times that when she turned around to look at Moonves, she realized that he'd...
Let me guess.
Yeah, over the corner. Brad, do you have a question?
What is took off his pants?
Oh, so close.
Damn it.
No, he didn't actually go that far to do that much work. He simply had his penis out.
Okay. He took the shortcut. Thank you.
Mr. Johnson was on display, and he was standing at attention. And Les followed that up by saying, look how hard you make me.
I can get a hold of my staff if you wish, and they can fill you in on the rest.
Did he mean he was contemplating decisions? This is a difficult, look how hard you make me.
I think he was just...
you make me a hard ass dealing in these negotiations.
There may have been, the word ass may have been in there, but I believe he may have just been referring to his erection.
Well, that certainly makes more sense in the context of this thing.
Yes, it does. And
wow. Then he said to her, be my girlfriend and I'll put you on any show. That's according to her. He then allegedly he told her that before forcing her to the ground and making her give him oral stimulus.
I may have to call Bravo Sierra on that because
yes, go ahead.
I am never ever going to force anybody to put the thing that has teeth on any part of me that it could bite at any moment.
You're saying that she had recourse.
Yes, she did.
To avoid
intercourse. Yes, exactly. You do not, you are a fool, and maybe he is a fool.
No.
But to force somebody, I think about what he had to do to force her down there.
Again, these are just, like all of them, allegations.
And it may be true.
It may be true, it may not be true. But here's what I speculate, having said all of that. I believe some of this is true. I believe quite often, especially we're talking 20 plus years ago, things a little different, right?
Yes.
I believe he did make a proposition, and he probably took out Mr. Johnson. At that point, you're a studio exec like this. At that time, you're not going to get nailed for anything. You're not going to get in trouble. You're just not. I mean, obviously, it took almost 30 years for it to come out.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, people. I've been bell lax there. I think I'm a bell behind, by the way. Okay. Anyway, so I think he probably and at that point, you don't pussyfoot around and say, hey, maybe would you like to? You just go for the gold and get it out there, right?
I think.
Because if she doesn't, the next three ladies in the lobby looking for the job, one of them's going to do it.
Yeah.
So you just here it is. The sex happens and you're going to get a gig. That's what's going on. I believe that happened. Again, unproven. Here's why I believe it.
All right.
He claimed that if she did this, be my girlfriend, you could be on any show. His wife now is unemployed. She has never worked in this business. She is.
No, isn't she Julie Chen?
Yes.
Yeah, she was co-host of The Chew.
Yes, as well as.
Was it The Five?
No, she was on, not The Chew. Is it The Chew? Is that what it was?
The Chew. Come on, Ron, you watch all those shows. What is it?
There was The View, and then she's on The
Chew and The New.
The Others or whatever. Anyway,
Julie Chen.
But she also was the host of Big Brother.
That's right.
In other words, she had multiple jobs. And so did he, apparently.
Boy, did she.
So doesn't that give a little credibility? Just a bit. And then number two, here's where the Bravo Sierra kicks in, Brad. He forced her to the ground, made her, after offering her quid pro quo.
Right.
Right? No. Here's what happened. He encouraged her to the ground.
Yes.
Maybe nudged her to the ground, and she went along with it because she was saying, I'm going to get a job out of this. And he's going to get a job out of me getting a job.
Yes.
Am I right?
That arrangement has been around since the beginning of arrangements.
I'm not saying it's right. It's nice, whatever.
It just
but
is.
she could have absolutely said no. And don't give me this crap of, well, she feared for her career and whatever else. Sorry, what's more important? You're now coming back 30 years later and saying, I was so whatever. Yes, it's probably not nice or fun. I wouldn't want to do that. But you made the decision. In other words, you were willing to go through that for the opportunity.
Yeah. You made the choice.
So, again, not proven. Maybe she's lying. Maybe she's looking for a payday now. I believe part of it's true, and part of it is her making a choice.
Oh, yeah.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. MoJo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. A pardon for Paul Manafort is not off the table. That's what President Trump is telling the New York Post, days after special counsel Robert Mueller claimed that Manafort had breached his plea deal by repeatedly lying to investigators. Manafort denies lying to anyone. Suicides and drug overdoses pushing up the number of deaths in the U.S. last year, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says it also drove a continuing decline in life expectancy in the U.S. All eyes on Wall Street ahead of this morning's opening bell. Stocks skyrocketed higher yesterday following remarks by Fed Chair Jerome Powell.
Powell told the Economic Club of New York the reforms undertaken since the collapse have left the U.S. economy better able to handle shocks than before. There are warning signals. Corporate debt has grown more than is ideal, but he said the Fed's assessment of financial stability is like a good health report.
Many baby boomers like me, however, are reaching an age where a good report is, well, there are a number of things we should keep an eye on, but all things considered, you're in good health.
Powell defended the Fed's policy of gradually raising interest rates to normal levels, but he also hinted the next round of rate increases is not exactly a sure thing. The chairman said there is no preset policy path. Warren Levinson, New York.
As President Trump departs Washington for the G20 summit, questions persist over whether Mr. Trump will be meeting with Russia's Vladimir Putin. Our military affairs analyst, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Robert McGinnis, hopes the two leaders will meet.
I think it's critical that world leaders do discuss these issues. Better to discuss than to take other provocative actions.
Mr. Trump has threatened to cancel the meeting over Russia's aggressive actions toward Ukraine. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures are lower. Dow futures down about 82 points. NASDAQ futures off 44. S&P futures 10 points in the red. More on these stories at townhall.com.
There's a better way to meet people without having to suffer through all the crazies. Weed out all the nutty people with WeThePeople.dating. That's WeThePeople.dating. It's easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
Take the pain out of ordering your diabetic testing supplies with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to you when you need them. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive is so convinced that you'll love their service, they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code DOC, D-O-C, at checkout. Diathrive.com. That's D-I-A, thrive.com.
This is David Barton with another moment from America's history. As another year's elections draw near, again have surfaced those who argue that a candidate's private life does not matter. Founding Father John Witherspoon, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, would strongly object to this. He exhorted, "Choose leaders of inward principle and exemplary lifestyle." Is it reasonable to expect wisdom from the ignorant, or faithfulness from the unfaithful, or diligence from men of careless life? Is it reasonable to commit public money to those who have wasted their own? Those, therefore, who pay no regard to religion and sobriety in the persons who they send to the legislature of any state are guilty of the greatest absurdity and will soon pay dear for their folly. John Witherspoon knew that private life did matter. Let this be a principal consideration as we vote for any candidate in the upcoming elections.
For more information on God's hand in American history, contact Wall Builders at 1-800-8-REBUILD.
Oh, I love it. Hashtag AOC says. Thank you for not letting us down. And I love that so many of them are in meme form as well.
Yes, yes. Hashtag me too. What about hashtag me 134, Apple, B, C, D, and sometimes XYZ?
What about them?
Right?
From Lori D with a big metaphorical penis. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
And it's a meme of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Hashtag AOC says coconuts don't have nuts or chocolate.
Wait a minute.
What the mother F are they trying to pull over on us there?
That's right.
What are they trying to pass on us here? No. Do they have cocoa?
Ooh.
Do they have nuts? Oh. Nay, Brad, nay.
Sometimes you feel a nut.
And?
Sometimes you don't.
Thank you.
I think it was, there's an extra.
Hashtag AOC says, DMXDM, why do they call him Robin Hood? Shouldn't they call him Robin Rich?
I see, right. You're not robbing the hood.
Where she lives with all of those people that Trump, you know.
Yes, Trump bad. And then, I still like the Paul. We're still getting Paul in references from yesterday.
Somebody had one yesterday. Go ahead.
Blah, blah, blah.
Love the blah, blah, blah.
Do you know why they call her Stormy Daniels? Have you ever seen one?
Because she's a... Somebody had one last night that I retweeted. It said, do you know why they call it MoJo 5-0? Have you ever listened?
Have you ever listened?
Have you ever listened?
He was on the dating game?
Yeah, I think he was a contestant, which is
they
ironic.
Had a gay version of the dating game?
Not. No, they did not.
So what? Okay, so what was he the guy? Did he choose the date, I wonder? Because what a disappointment.
I don't know.
Was in. Okay, honey, here's where we're going to dinner. And that's it.
Guess where we're going? We're going to Barney's for sweaters.
Don't worry, I won't try anything at all.
But it'll be fabulous.
We can go pick out drapes.
You may feel like a third wheel.
Because you are.
All right, hashtag AOC says, get him into us.
Yes.
And, of course, any other comments using the hashtag What I Learned Today. It's at Doc Thompson Show, at Real Brad Staggs. Please follow us, and also follow at MoJo50 Radio. While you're cruising around the internet following all of those, please also stop at MoJoWildRice.com.
Why would they want to do that?
Because it's yummy.
Yes. It does taste good when you put it in your mouth.
I've realized I can have a Food Network talk platform, I can do that. That's possible. But I could not have a company where there is food as a product or service.
You eat the profits.
Mm-hmm.
You'd eat all of the profits. We would have no income whatsoever.
I have that hour-long afternoon show at our sister platform, Spoonie.com, and we're trying to grow that 24-hour, 7-day-a-week food platform. Yeah. And so I'm doing a little show there, and it's been fun. We're getting into it, working out some of the bugs in that. Well, I've realized I have to eat before I go on the air.
Because you're talking about food and you get hungry.
The whole time I'm like, I can't. I got to just stop. This is just way too hungry. That's what it would be like if I worked at Ministalgia. At MoJoWildRice.com.
That's why they have.
You could go to Ministalgia.com if you could figure out how to spell it.
Yeah, but
just go to MoJo, MoJo, WildRice.com, and it'll take you there as well. It starts with that only native grain in North America. It's the wild rice. It's not your typical rice, long grain wild rice. That's something completely different. It's more of a grain or a seed, which means it's actually healthier for you. It's not all of the almost exclusively starch. That's what you get with most rices.
Starch.
It's starch. That's what it is. You'll have some fiber in that too, but it's a starch. And often that starch, depending upon where you get it, and you have to be really careful, it's going to be filled with a bunch of things because rice takes a lot of water to grow. And arsenics and mercury are present in a lot of water. So it's sucking all of that up, and that's what you're ingesting then. Trust me, I know a little something about rice around the world.
Yeah, I can imagine
I have purchased the wrong rice many times, and it's like, you don't understand. That's the wrong stuff. That's the stuff that's going to have arsenic. You got to get this kind and that kind. And I'm like, what is this? No, that's Korean rice.
Right.
It's the same. It's sticky rice. Yeah. No, it's Korean. How is it different from the Jap? Just get it. So there's billions of types, trust me. This is more of the seed. It's more of an ancient grain. It's kind of a superfood. MoJoWildRice.com, but it doesn't stop there. Nay, there's all the things you can make from the rice. They make a rice flour out of it, and therefore you can use that to make muffins and stuff, and you get that same healthiness as well as the jellies and the jams and the syrups. Edible memories from the Northwoods of Minnesota at MoJoWildRice.com. That's MoJoWildRice.com.
We've scoured news platforms and agencies around the globe for today's most profound news headlines. Presenting them now, here's Brad Staggs.
And this profundity is brought to you by MoJoWildRice.com. And I do like myself a little whipped honey.
Who doesn't?
You know what I'm saying, and I think you do. A border caravan update, if you will. Guess who's coming to dinner? Self-identified MS-13 gang members, baby. They've been arrested over the weekend. They told Customs and Border Protection that he was part of the caravan of immigrants trying to enter the U.S. But nay, that can't be possible because it's just women and children. See, this is why you have to give us money so we can get equipment. Agents working with the El Centro sector crossed paths with the man eastward of the Calexico port of entry.
What port of entry?
The Calexico port of entry, not to be confused with the Stormy Daniels port of entry.
Very different port.
Yes, very, very different. We'll just leave that there. In California on Saturday around 6 o'clock, the agency said the caravan migrants accused a U.S., and this is a related story, accused U.S. border agents of repression by using tear gas. You see, they haven't even made it into the country, and they're already filing the suits, or trying to. So now you have MS-13 gang members. You have Border Patrol agents firing tear gas. Sounds like a party at Paul Lynn's house, doesn't it? Border Patrol agents questioned the man who they suspected of being in the United States illegally. Could it be because he came running through the gate?
Maybe.
I mean, there is that. Upon which he revealed he was a Honduran citizen and part of the MS-13 gang. The man also told agents he traveled to the United States border with a large group of people from Central America intending on filing for asylum in the United States.
So the bottom line is, guys, MS-13 when they claim there's not.
Yes.
It's crap.
Well, here's the thing, and this is scary. He's telling the truth. He is actually more trustworthy than Michael Avenatti.
That is true, yeah.
As an MS gang member. By the way, his name is Jose Villalobos Rebel. He'll be held until they'll just hold him. They'll just sit there and hold him until he's ultimately sent back to Honduras. In another related story, the DHS secretary has, she's had to get up and basically dispel some myths about the caravan. Kirsten Nielsen. Kirsten Nielsen. She's the Department of Homeland Security Secretary. The first myth, the caravan is violent. She says, well, the violence on Sunday is entirely predictable. She said that they'd been attacked, the border police had been attacked by the gang members, the caravan members in Mexico and other Central American countries. I refuse to believe that anyone honestly maintains that attacking law enforcement with rocks and projectiles is acceptable. Because remember when the president said, look, if they throw rocks at the agents should fire at them.
Yes, they should.
Exactly. Number 2, the caravan is large and organized. Nielsen said the caravan is far longer and larger, and upwards of 8,500 members currently in Tijuana and Mexicali. She noted reports of other caravans making their way to the border as well. Number 3, caravan members largely not eligible for asylum. This is the good one. See, the media has been claiming the caravan is full of abused women and children fleeing violence and seeking asylum, despite an actual asylum-seeking process already existing. Historically, less than 10% of those who claim asylum from Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador are found eligible. The caravan members are largely male. Again, despite media reports of women and children seeking asylum, it's mostly men, and MSNBC...
So it's all the stuff that we know. And,
yes!
And the mainstream media keeps doubling and tripling and quadrupling down on it's not true. And they'll pull out one person for the crowd and go, I saw all women here.
Right.
It's all children.
And
Stop.
That's why I had to unfollow a bunch of people on Twitter, because they started bitching about how we tear gas children. Okay, those people with the children on the other side of the border, you can see the guys with the guns and the tear gas. I would recommend not taking your children in that direction.
Well, you can also see any of the wide camera shots. Not the ones where they're like just showing you tight shots of just like 2 or 3 women and children, whatever, because there's a handful of them.
Sure.
You can see it's overwhelmingly men.
Yes.
And young men.
Let's move on. Do something else that's Trump related. That romaine lettuce problem, it's Trump's fault. Yeah.
The lettuce that was tainted?
Yes, the tainted lettuce is Trump's fault. There have been 3 separate outbreaks of E. coli in the past year. It's got people worried. It's been a bad year for fans of romaine, with outbreaks of E. coli last October, this summer, and of course, right now. The latest outbreak has spread to 12 states, infecting 43 people in the process, causing at least 1 to develop life-threatening kidney failure.
How's it Trump's fault, though?
A new report from the Center for Investigative Reporting says that actions from the Trump administration may have exacerbated the issue, as the U.S. FDA shelved plans for water testing regulations that could have spotted the bacteria ahead of time.
Stop it. Stop it.
It's Trump's fault.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, in fact, there was E. coli breakouts on spinach back during the George W. Bush administration even. Do you remember all of those?
Oh, yeah.
And they continued up through the Obama administration. They're not washing the lettuce good enough. That's what's going on here.
Well,
they put the crap on the crop so it grows, and then the E. coli spreads. It's no shock here what's going on.
Well, and they haven't blamed him yet for this one, but... they've tested the new McDonald's touchscreens that are being rolled out everywhere.
I didn't know they were rolling them out.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, they're starting in England, and they'll go out across the country, around the rest of the world. Samples were taken from the new machines that have been rolled out. Every one of them had coliforms, which sounds like a coloring book, but it really isn't. Senior lecturer in microbiology at London Metropolitan University said, "We were all surprised at how much gut and fecal bacteria there was on the touchscreen machines. These cause the kind of infections that put people into the hospital." Yes, there was poop on every touchscreen.
How does that...
Just so you know, when you go to use those touchscreens, and... This is just McDonald's, but imagine all the touchscreens you use during the course of a day. At the gas pump, at a restaurant, at the bank. Same people are touching these things. Enjoy your dinner. Christine!
Gutter water.
Shut up.
If you're going to bring up that stuff for everybody, gutter water.
Shut up.
With that sheen on top.
Shut up. Christine Blasey Ford is going to be giving her donations to charity for trauma survivors. Good for her.
She is?
Yes, she's the GoFundMe. She said it was a godsend. She said the donations enabled her family to protect themselves against frightening threats, including physical protection and security for me and my family, and to enhance the security for our home. That right there is key. I want a new security system.
You know what? Okay, so she did. Is she giving some of it?
Well, she said they've been able to taper off the security service they'd hired in September.
All right.
With immense gratitude, I'm closing the account to further contributions. All funds unused after completion of security expenditures will be donated to organizations that support trauma survivors.
Okay, I'm going to give you, I will give her some credit for that. Good for her. That's very nice. She seems to be doing something admirable here, not just cashing in on it.
Correct.
And that's fine. And she could do either. She can make her choice. But if you say it's after that, that is at least a gray area. Am I right?
Yeah. She hasn't said how much, and she doesn't have to say how much she spends on any of this. So, but
there could be $1 left.
There could be. And
there could be 200,000 left.
And quite frankly, if she gives even $1 to trauma survivors, that's a good thing.
All right.
I'm just saying I'm just putting this out there for public consumption. Meanwhile, that rapist Brett Kavanaugh is already back to coaching girls basketball. You know what he's doing with those girls, don't you?
He's coaching them.
Yes, he is. Despite during those judiciary hearings regarding him and these sexual assault allegations, he actually broke down in tears. As we all remember, he claimed his life was going to be ruined by Ford's decision to come forward with what he claimed were false allegations. He was especially upset at the prospect.
The important thing about this story is, did you see the article from the Washington Post?
Yes, the Washington Post put the story.
That he's back to coaching.
Back to coaching girls.
Right,
yes.
right. And?
In the public safety section.
Not under the news.
No.
Which,
sports?
By the way, because that's news.
That would be news, yes.
You could also put it under Inside DC.
Yeah.
Stuff. Public safety.
Yeah. Well, he's a rapist.
No, he's not. That was never proven.
That doesn't matter. Were there people there to see it?
No.
Exactly, which proves that he is a raping.
That it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Okay.
At least you understand now. Let's move out to the West Coast, shall we? Something that's not political. D.B. Cooper. The experts met in Portland to debate the mystery on the 47th anniversary. You hearing about that? What?
No.
D.B. Cooper, how much money he...
D.B. Cooper is the one in the, 70s who robbed the bank and then got on the airplane and then hopped out, and we never found out what happened to the guy.
He jumped out. He took $200,000 in cash, jumped out of the airplane, and he's believed to have parachuted out over Washington. They never found him, and they get together every year.
I thought they had said again that they figured it out.
They say that every year.
No, I mean, just like a couple months ago. Didn't they say?
No.
Okay, they still haven't gotten it.
No, they still don't have it. But
his name wasn't even D.B. Cooper. That wasn't even what he wrote down. They misread it.
What was
it? I think he was writing Dan Cooper or something like that. And they...
Yeah.
in other words, they even misunderstood the facts. What little facts they had, they misunderstood. It wasn't even D.B. Cooper.
Yeah.
It's fascinating, though. There was allegedly some of the money was found along a riverbank 10 years ago.
I think he got away with it.
So do I. And then I think he was eaten by a bear.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I got to think.
They never found his clothes.
Here's what makes me think that he got away with it. You go through all of that. The plane, it's that elaborate of a plan. It's probably something that you have planned that will work out.
Yeah.
You see, you know what I mean?
What if he never jumped out of the plane?
There was that. They claimed they tore it apart. But
what if he never jumped out of the plane, but he finally got down on the ground, he threw some money around? What if he was the captain of the plane?
What if he was part of Captain and Tennille? What if he never got on the plane?
What if he was
What
Tennille?
if this doesn't even exist? What if this is just an alternate universe? What if we're not even here? What if we already did this and this is the past?
See? All of this and more we will debate in just a moment after we take a short pause to discuss the Rich Solution, the sponsor of this portion of your headlines, therichsolution.com. Isn't that rich?
It is. Love the riches. Love the Rich Solution. It starts with a great story of really a triumphant story, triumphant stories. Gwen Rich, years ago, was diagnosed with cancer and a particular type of breast cancer that most do not survive. Certainly not for any long period of time. And she has beat it and survived much longer than most people.
And after she beat the cancer, I mean, life was a dream.
No,
it was such
She broke her neck falling down the steps. She just had problem after problem. It was almost a comedy of errors at that point.
Most people would lay down and give up at that point.
She did not. Instead, she said, okay, I'm going to figure this thing out. I'm going to engineer a way out of it. I'm going to approach it from every angle, from body, mind, and spirit. And she tells her entire story in her book. You just go, it's called The Rich Solution, and you can get it at therichsolution.com. But it doesn't stop there.
Nope.
She wants to help coach people through this, to turn your life around, whether it's a similar type disease, just really when bad things happen to you, because it could be a lot of different bad things.
Yeah, well, what she's trying to do, and what the rest of us are all trying to do, leave something behind when we're gone. This is her legacy. She wants to be able to say, look, I did some good in the world.
And also, part of the body part of it is the supplements.
Yes.
So they sell packages, combinations of supplements. You can go out there and get a vitamin supplement or something like this. But people that are in the know understand that it takes combinations in the right combination. You have to put them together in the right orders, because certain ones of them work together. I think most of us understand how calcium, or have at least a basic understanding that calcium and vitamin D have to work together.
And let me tell you, they researched the crap out of this.
Oh my gosh, this is top of the line, the best of the best of the best you can get when it comes to supplements. Just go to therichsolution.com. That's therichsolution.com.
Wow, it is Thursday, November 29th already. Man, tomorrow's the last day of November. 25 days until, it's only a month until Christmas. It's not even that long. 34 days until 2019, and 704 days until the most important election of our lifetime.
I thought that was just a couple of weeks ago.
No, it's 2020.
Okay.
This is also Electronic Greetings Day.
You mean just saying hey on text or something?
Yeah, yes. Well, if you would like to celebrate Electronics Greeting Day,
all right, we got to stop.
Send an electronic greeting to somebody.
Why do we just stop with the days, guys?
We
Seriously.
get a sponsor for this.
Oh, I love it. Electronic Greeting Day. It's awesome.
It was on this day in 1963. This was formed.
In 1963?
63. L.
Nino.
B. J.
Freeway. The LBJ Freeway in Dallas, is that?
LBJ formed the commission to investigate the Kennedy assassination. And we still haven't gotten all the facts.
Okay. I guess that makes more sense.
1975, the Silver Convention earned a #1 pop hit with Fly, Robin, Fly.
Okay.
Even though it wasn't even them singing on the song.
Was it Robin Fab?
It was. The funny thing was, the song was supposed to be called originally "Run Rabbit Run."
Run Rabbit Run.
Run Rabbit Run, and
although that was the second.
It was
Swim Fish Swim, wasn't that
right?
thing?
Well, they had meetings, and it was the two producers.
Was it focus grouped? Is that what it was?
They were like Boys to Men. They were a total put together band that didn't even really exist. Two producers just got some studio backup singers to sing this song, and when it became a hit, they were like, "Oh crap!
We got to take this on the road and make more money."
And the original singers wouldn't sing. It's a catchy song. That was in the height of disco. Fly, Robin, fly.
Cool.
Yeah. Howie Mandela's 62 today. Don Cheadle's 53. And Bong Gisler is 26.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, seriously. Bong Gisler. You too, Bong Gisler. Bong Gisler is my man. Bong Gisler.
From where?
YouTube. Ron knows Bong Gisler.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Time to play Who Said It?
It's Cortez. It's Alexandria
Let me
Ocasio-Cortez.
say it before you guess. You might be wrong.
Okay.
Who said it? Unemployment is low because people are working 80 hours a week.
She did not say that.
Yes, she did.
She did not say that. Did she offer any additional...
Hashtag AOC says.
Did she offer any other...
I don't know. That's the quote.
Wait, give it again.
Unemployment is low because people are working 80 hours a week.
That would mean you're employed. And if you're working a lot of hours, you're really employed. Maybe probably 2 jobs.
Wow. You are so racist. You are so... I cannot even believe you.
Wait, give me that again.
Unemployment is low because people are working 80 hours a week.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it. That's the point. But she admitted, I don't know her point there. All right, let's move.
Weird fact of the day, women have twice as many pain receptors in their body as men do, but a much higher pain tolerance. Did you know that?
I don't believe that at all.
It's absolutely true.
I do not believe that at all.
Swallow and eject this bowling ball from a very small orifice in your body.
They're set up to do that, though, so that's ridiculous.
Are you saying you do it?
I'm saying if I was them, I'd just do it.
You could have a baby.
Okay, I
could be
will
pregnant.
reluctantly say maybe that's true, but I guarantee you men have many more pain receptors in their
ears.
Thank
Yes.
you. Blah, 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 blah. Stop.
You have to listen to it constantly. The last stop on the MoJo 5050 tour will be...
Hawaii.
Yes, it will.
Honolulu.
Where they have had to close down a restaurant there because video posted to social media showed a rat being cooked on the grill.
Was that legit, though? Do we know?
You'd have to ask Teddy's Bigger Burgers because they've closed the Mapu Napu Panu location.
The what? I'm sorry?
Mapu Papu Nanu.
That's the name of the restaurant?
That's the name of the location.
What's the location again?
Mapu Napu Napu.
What is that near?
It's right down the road from Kuna Kuna Bambang.
Okay, and where is that? Is that north or south?
It's actually south of the border.
Okay.
They, by the way, not only did they close the location, but they fired 2 employees who appeared in that video just for cooking a rat.
Come on.
Seriously.
I just thought they ate rat in Hawaii.
Right?
They ate spam.
Oh, spam's good.
Come on.
And finally, let's leave on a happy note.
So I think they have a Sprat coming out soon. It's spiced rat. Go ahead.
Parts is part.
Happy note.
Happy note. We're leaving on a happy note today. A farmer was crushed to death last year when his Jack Russell dog pushed a lever inside his forklift truck, causing it to drive into him, and it killed him.
Do we know what the dog's name was?
Ash.
Do we know?
Acid.
No.
Shithead.
All right.
I'm just going to leave that one right there.
Okay.
Those are your headlines, and that's a reminder, don't ever drive your forklift with your dog.
You missed one. You didn't answer one question.
What's that?
Was he hot? And was the dog hot?
Right. He's got a little tail.
High capacity, fully automatic, large caliber, freedom. MoJo 50.
Don't look now, but just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, scientists from Harvard and Yale universities are here to help when it comes to fixing climate change. Scientists want to spray chemicals in the atmosphere to slow down the impact of climate change. In fact, they want to spray sun-dimming chemicals by a technique known as stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI, which they claim could reduce the rate of global warming in half. Now, in case you thought they had any evidence that the procedure would actually work, like the claim that climate change is real without any evidence to prove it, don't worry, we have some time. Thankfully for now, the technology doesn't exist, and there's no aircraft currently available to spread the chemicals throughout the atmosphere. However, that's not a deterrent to scientists who claim that the total cost of launching the SAI system in about 15 years for approximately $3.5 billion, with annual running cost of $2.25 billion over a 15-year period, is plausible. Scientists do acknowledge there are some risks involved, like coordinating between multiple countries, which would be required to initiate SAI. The process could also jeopardize crop yields, lead to droughts, which could kill food supplies or cause extreme weather. But isn't that small potatoes compared to the benefit of ridding the world of global warming? Oh, and there could be a little problem with rising greenhouse gas emissions, which just happens to be a leading cause of global warming. But should we really nitpick? After all, aren't the prospects of working with multiple countries in a globalist venture much more important than the negative impact SAI is sure to have on just about everyone's life? Yeah, I'll pass, thanks. And that's today's reality check with Susan Knowles.
Dating today with all the crazies out there has to be nuts.
Yes, it really would. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a place you could go to find people who think like you do?
Like me, like libertarians and conservatives?
Right?
There is. WeThePeople.dating.
Amazing. What a genius idea. This is a site that you can go to if you're single and you are looking for somebody who you're going to think the same way, as for from a political freedom standpoint. If you want to date the right person for you, you'll find them in one place. WeThePeople.dating.
Doc Thompson, Brad Staggs, your Daily Mojo, and our former cellmate, Brandon Morris, popping in here. Hey, Brandon, how are you, sir?
Not bad at all. How are you guys?
I'm doing well. Thanks for popping. He's going to hang with us for a little bit. We had some communiques coming up. We've been using the hashtag AOC says for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Let's see.
We're hoping that down the road that'll become like the meme and the hashtag AOC says as well.
TJ Toppin tweeted out, why are people so, and this is AOC says, why are people so upset about this caravan? Mexico doesn't even show up on most maps of America, so it can't be that easy to get here.
I'll tell you what, Matlock, remember the guy in the 80s? He does a show after us every day. The
he looks a lot
cartel.
younger in person.
He does, I know. Anyways, he brought up, shockingly, an amazing point yesterday, because he's not real bright.
Yeah.
But he said, you notice that caravan headed to America. Mexico offered them, hey, stay here, make a bunch of money and whatever,
Asylum,
right?
yeah.
Asylum. And they said they'd give them jobs, whatever, they didn't do it. You realize Venezuela is about as close as America is the other direction. They didn't go to Venezuela. They didn't go to South American countries. They didn't go down to Brazil. Why here?
They ran out of dogs in Venezuela. Cats, macaws, birds,
bark, all of that stuff. So it's a good part. Anyways, get the communiques in also via MeWe. Brandon, we've been doing stuff on MeWe because it's a little freer.
Oh,
and the Jackhole audience, they have a chat room there that
they had to create a second one.
They had to, because this one they're like, wow.
NC-17 almost for the first chat room. They had to create a PG-13 version of it.
People are regularly being metaphorically shivved. Yeah. I mean, that's just standard. Do
you have a MeWe account yet?
I don't actually. I should probably make one.
It's just MeWe. It's like me and we and you. It's like Facebook.
Oh, the very first word I saw. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The very first word. Call that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're crazy.
You know why they call them jackholes? Have you ever met one?
Do you remember Paul Lind?
Do you remember?
No.
He's a 70s and 60s comedian.
He was flamboyant.
He was the center square, Peter.
Yeah.
And he talked like that. He was Uncle Arthur on Bewitched.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was.
Anyways, we referenced him a couple of days ago.
I'm a mid-'80s kid, so like I go back.
Just missed that.
Yeah. I was just outside.
We mentioned an inappropriate joke a couple of days ago that Paul gave us.
Just a couple of days ago?
Yeah, and it just kind of stuck because it's pretty awful.
It's. See, if you let's say you use the word football as opposed to this other word for part of a woman's genitalia,
right?
And you said, "Do you know why they call it a football? Have you ever seen one?" So you see,
there it is.
Right.
All right, let me quickly get a commercial in here, and I'm sorry, Patriot Mobile, that we're putting your commercial in after this. Please go to patriotmobile.com/doc. Sign up for an account today. You're going to get a great deal. You're going to be doing a lot of good with your money because you're going to help conservative and libertarian causes. But the best thing is you're going to save money. You're going to save money with Patriot Mobile, and they have amazing coverage. It only takes 5-10 minutes or so to switch over. Do it on your way to work today. Just dial 800-A-PATRIOT, or you can call patriotmobile.com/doc.
Now, wait just a sec. Look at this picture of Doc. That when you go to patriotmobile.com/doc, that's the pic.
Look at how serious
it was.
He is there for business.
Look at his hair.
Doc.
Look at his hair. Look at the hairline.
It was a rough few years, Brandon. It's you ever see a president
all
with
that hair,
dark
hair?
This is a recording.
You ever see a president first and last days in office? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. That's all I'm saying. patriotmobile.com/doc. Sign up for an account today. That's patriotmobile.com/doc.
Don't let the cat out of the
bag. All right, it's time to move on, and I got something pretty interesting I want to roll out here.
Live program now.
Remember yesterday I started the program and I was like, the world is just really, really weird. It's gone crazy.
Yes, it has.
That's how you look at it. You go, it's gone crazy, but it's not just that, it's weird. That's how you have to just stop and go, maybe I'm old and I'm just trying to look back and say, hey, right, it's gone crazy. It's just really weird. Look around. Wouldn't you say that there is more weird than not now?
Yes, I would.
At least way more publicized than it used to be. Yeah, I mean, it's like the stuff that comes out nowadays in the media, you're just like, how is this even possible right now?
Well, and not only the non-denial that it's weird or wrong is that it's the full acceptance of the weird, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You will be made to care kind of thing going on right now.
So if you were to say, wow, that's really, really weird, they wouldn't go, oh, it's kind of weird or kind of not weird. They're just like, what do you mean weird?
Yeah.
It's just we have to. It's a full embracement of the weird.
There is no normal.
Right, exactly. A full embracement of the weird. Is that how you lay it out there?
I think that the best example I can give of the world is just weird is if you Google pregnant men.
What do you mean?
And
I remember, yeah.
You Google pregnant men, and there are actually, it's stuffed full of pictures of pregnant men now. If you Googled pregnant man 15 years ago, what would you have come up with? Probably, a story.
An Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Right, exactly.
Something like that. Now you actually come up with all of these news stories and pictures of pregnant men.
All right. Yesterday, I started off by saying the world is just weird, that we're insane, and I offer now continuing proof. The hottest baby names of 2018.
Oh, God.
The most popular baby names of 2018. We'll start with the boys. Okay. Number 1, Jackson.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Noah, Aiden, Lucas, Samuel.
Biblical.
Not Samuel, Samuel. Samuel. Grayson, Mason, Layer, Hodor or Hodor. I don't know. Hodor.
Hodor comes.
Elijah. What?
Hodor comes from Game of Thrones.
Yes,
Hodor.
that is a Hodor.
Hodor is
from
a
Game of
character
Thrones.
in Game of Thrones.
And he was the character who's kind of like simple-minded.
Yes, very simple.
Well, let's keep naming our kids after him.
Died tragically.
Yes, he did.
Elijah, Lucas, Jack, Jaden, Zen is 14, which, by the way, comes in at number 45 on the girls list.
Zen?
So it's kind
That's
of
actually
unisex
kind of a
there.
cool name.
Sean with an EAN, Donald, Charger.
I barely knew her.
Cooper.
I have a cat named Cooper.
Kirkshawn.
Kirkshawn.
No, wait.
That's 19th on the list.
That's two
Kirkshawn.
first names put together.
Exactly.
That's like Ricky Bobby, but if it was a
That's
first
it.
name.
Yeah.
Number 20, Tanner.
Tanner.
I hardly even know her. Number 21, Zach. Lance. Colt, followed by Colton. Ziver. That's X-I-V-E-R.
Hold on. Ziver?
That's Ziver, right? X is a Z sound then? Z, X, Ziver. Z.
Is it Ziver?
Is it something different?
Ziver.
It's like, I know they like Zima. Number 26, Court.
What?
Spelled C-O-U-R-T.
Okay.
As in, I'm taking my baby
to court.
To court.
These are the hottest baby.
To get his name changed
Yes,
from court.
right. Oh, and I'm going to do the top 40 of each one of them. Mel. All right. Audi. I don't know if they meant that like
Audi
it's
Murphy?
spelled like. Was his like the car Audi? His wasn't Audi. This is Audi.
Audi.
This A-U-D-I is
That's Audi. Well, I think if you
Well, we
pronounce
had
it in
Mercedes.
German,
We
it
had
is
Mercedes.
Aldi.
Trayvon, which has showed up in the past.
Oh, there you go.
Brick. Scott.
House.
Fortnite.
Isn't that a game?
Yes.
That's a game.
It's a very popular one.
video game right now. What the?
Twain. Goth or Goth. I don't know how it is. G-O-T-H.
Goth.
Quad. Deshaun.
Okay.
Buck with only or maybe it's Book. B-U-K. Buck or Book. Is that another Game of
Book of
Thrones
me.
or something?
No, Book sounds like it.
Book
sounds
of
kind
me,
of like
book of you.
Port, Ryder, and King.
Port, Ryder, and King.
Those are the last three individual. Port,
Okay.
Ryder, King.
Okay.
Isn't King a dog's name?
You'd think. I mean, okay.
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
It's not just for breakfast.
So those are the 40. Pretty. We're going to a good place, folks.
Yeah.
The girls list.
This ought to be good.
Sophia.
Okay.
All right.
Olivia.
I like that.
Fenugreek.
What?
Fenugreek.
That sounds like a dressing.
F-E-N-U-G-R-E-E-K. Fenugreek.
It sounds like the new fat-free dressing that you put on yourself.
Actually, it is. I think it's a spice.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So I'm not too far.
No, because there's other spices on the list as well. Fenugreek comes in third on the girls list, 32 on the boys list.
So it's a unisex name.
Yeah.
Just
That's
like Zen.
good.
Paprika comes in 30 on the girls list.
Oh, come on.
You know what that is? Honey, what are we going to name the kid? I don't care. What are we going to name the kid? I don't care. What are we going to... Paprika.
Looks at the spice rack.
Yes.
Fenugreek or paprika. Pick one.
Yes.
I've always loved paprika. Number 4, Izzy, Mia, Betty, Ava, Ella, Ariana, Alyssa, Caitlin, Ivana.
Okay, we know those where those came from.
Sansa, S-A.
That's Game of Thrones.
That's Game of Thrones.
S-A-N-S-A.
Yeah, that's Game of Thrones too.
Jagina. It may be Jagina. J-A-G-I-N-A.
You know, if they grow older and have heart problems, then a Jagina gets acute angina.
My JJG. Number 15, Sharkeisha.
Okay.
Do you remember Sharkeisha?
Named after
Sharkeisha, no.
No.
What was that in?
That was a video that went viral a few years ago.
Okay.
Riley, Melania, Mia 2. M-I-A-T-O-O.
M-I-A-T-O.
Is
Mia
that
too.
from
Mia too?
Me, that's got to be from Me Too.
Yeah.
Because we have Mia at number 5.
Yeah, it's
Mia
gotta be-
too.
It's got to be Mia. Yeah.
Number 19, Layla. Number 20,
You got me on my knees.
Frilosa. Frilosa. Is that another Game of Thrones or Frilosa?
No, it sounds like a disorder of some kind.
Rose Ruby, Zia, Polywash.
I think that's a Pokemon.
Number 25,
Polywash.
Renoir or Renoir. The painter, is that Renoir? Is that
Yes,
Renoir?
Renoir.
Well, see, they're even saying Renoir or Renoir. I don't know how they're.
Renoir.
Number 26, Pep, P-E-P. 2027, Pumpkin.
That's a nice name.
Followed by Bella.
For my dog.
Corset.
Yeah.
The aforementioned Paprika. Liz Split. Lizsplit. What? Number 32, Maisie. 33, Hillary.
You call it corn.
34, Theo. This is the girls list.
What?
Theo. Theo. Well, I mean, we do change, like Dana and Kelly at times have become different. 35, Blanche.
Like from Streetcar?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I guess that was it. 36, Star with 2 A's.
I have a friend.
And
named
2
Star.
R's.
I have a friend named Star.
How's it spelled?
S-T-A-R-R.
This is 2 A's and 2 R's.
Oh, no.
We're getting a little fancy.
Well, that's crazy.
Number 37, Caper.
With the A's.
C-A-P-E-R.
Likes the baby capers.
38, Runner. 39, Stormy.
Oh, my God. So, really?
It's 30. The hottest thing listener.
I've met 2 girls named Stormy in my
It's
past.
better than being named after a porn lawyer. Right?
We have a few more to get to.
Oh, good.
Number 40, Joy. And here's where it gets really good.
Yes.
The hottest baby names of 2018, 41, Tampax.
No.
42, Screamer. 43, hashtag.
No.
Cephalus, I guess. 45, Zen. 46, Wand Banger. Sparkle. Fudgy. Hashtag. PSL. Sarsour. Emoji. Chewy. Root. Salt. Flynn. Finn. Reggie. Bradley. And Rumpus.
Why is Bradley in the middle of all of that?
Why is Rumpus in the middle of all?
Rumpus is a little odd. Bradley. There's nothing weird about Bradley.
The girls list.
How's it spelled? B-R-A-D-L-I?
Yes.
Brad, don't tell your name how to identify itself.
Is that how yours is spelled?
No, but a friend long ago and far away suggested I change my name to B-R-A-D-L-I. It's like
You were ahead of the,
I was like, as much as I'd like to have a gay name like that, I think I'll just leave it as
61, Ima. 62, Effin. With a U. I'm effing with you, Brad, on this entire damn list. The entire thing was made up.
But those are so good.
Yes, they are.
I'm so sad that Wandbanger isn't actually.
Yeah, what's that, Ron?
What was great about this whole thing is that everybody else but Brad
Everybody knew. And
was all in on
Brandon.
it.
I had no idea.
Ron played a
including
little.
the listeners.
Oh, did you play?
I played.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we
What, you told them?
Oh, yeah. I recorded a little piece that dropped in over us that you couldn't hear that said, all right, I just recorded this. I'm screwing with Brad on this entire thing. And let's see how far I can go before he believes it.
So why didn't you put Lamangelo in there?
That's actually 71.
71.
Lamangelo and Arangelo. One banger.
You know who came up with most of these?
Who?
Chef Patrick. He's incredibly good at lying, apparently.
Well, everyone needs to have a skill set.
Fenugreek.
So we weren't far off. And I guarantee you there's somebody out there named Fenugreek.
Pumpkin. I mean, isn't Pumpkin really popular?
Pumpkin's really popular,
Both
but that's
Pumpkin
a
and PSL.
That's a nickname.
Not necessarily.
What's superb is that it was so believable too.
Hodor is hilarious.
Hodor. I could actually see somebody. Oh my God! I was so touched by the story of Hodor.
Yes.
Guess what, Junior?
Yes.
I named you after a stupid character, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Well,
he dies tragically.
He does die tragically.
I haven't seen it. Don't ruin it.
Oh, sorry.
He dies tragically.
Spoiler alert.
By the way, By the way, Old Yeller dies in the end. Just so you know.
Damn it, Brad. Damn
Just
it.
so
I was
you
gonna
know.
watch that as soon as we got off the air.
Right.
Yeah.
Hodor is a very touching story.
Rose does let Jack go.
So
it's a sled.
You've been docked. That doesn't work.
No.
I need
it
something
really-
like that. But
See,
We'll
here's
workshop that.
Here's the problem. A lot of those names on those lists, whether or not you made them up, people are actually using.
Well, they probably are. And tell me you couldn't see somebody the name Tampax becoming a
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
a given.
I can totally see, and I can see Me Too and Mia Too.
Mm-hmm.
And because I do believe that humanity has sunk down to that level at this point in time, which is why it's so believable. How many? There's got to.
That's just it. You don't go, oh, that's fake, because now it could be real.
Because I can see it.
Or Fortnite. Couldn't you see people going,
Yes.
I love Fortnite. I'm going to name it Fortnite.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm obsessed.
All of that's what's so beautiful. Betty's making a comeback, by the way, just so you know. Okay, now, to tell you how crazy it really is, these are some of the, I'll give you the top 10 of both of them. For girls, Sophia, Olivia, Emma, Ava, Isabella, Aria. I forgot. I was going to do Areola as one of the fake ones. Damn it, I forgot it. Riley,
What's
Amila,
that mean?
Mia, and Layla.
What's Areola? Is
Just
that-
a made-up word.
Okay.
Yeah.
And boys is Jackson, Liam, Noah, Aiden, Caden, Grayson is actually on there, Lucas, Mason, Oliver, and Elijah. But here's some of the other honorable mentions that do make the list last year. And we're not talking just one or two people naming. I mean, there's a lot of these.
Yeah.
And all of these have increased the number of people using them from the year before. Peace, Harmony, Hope.
Okay.
Rainbow, Aurora, Dawn, Fern, Sky, Ocean, Kiwi, the little fuzzy guy. He's brown.
Kiwi's a cute name.
Kale.
Not so cute.
Nobody likes
No.
kale. You're
Nobody
just
likes
dooming your
kale,
kid
yeah.
to a life of ostracization. Clementine, Saffron, Rosemary, Sage, Drake, Magnolia, Stormy.
See?
Even if you liked it before last year, aren't you like, okay, I get it.
It's a little, yeah, it wore its welcome.
I
real
was going to
fast.
say no one is with the name Stormy is ever going to be the head of a corporation, and guess what? I was wrong. Because the head of Overstock, her name was Stormy.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Dream.
There are people, there's hope for people.
Yes.
Nori, N-O-R-I, but that's...
named after George?
No, actually named after North. Is that Kanye West, Northwest? That's their kid's name.
There's
is
a
North.
nor'easter coming.
And I think they call the kid Nori, and that's why people started using that. Kanye is on the list. Rain, Ramirez. Leviathan, Bunny, and Rogue.
Bunny.
Leviathan. Why would you name your kid after a monster in the Bible?
Leviathan. Yeah.
I mean, unless you're a pro wrestler, that's kind of...
And some of these names on this list are just like, you were just asking for your kid to become a stripper.
Yeah, why do you hate your kids so much?
Oh, yeah, the ones that we legitimately said, Peace, Hope, Harmony, Rainbow.
Coming
Rainbow's
to the stage, Kiwi.
I think Peace, Harmony, Hope are the strippers. Rainbow, you're just a pothead, right? That's
Peace,
all.
Harmony, and Hope do not shave their armpits.
No, they do not.
They have.
Rainbow does not.
It's like you have to slash the jungle going through the armpits.
They
There.
don't conform to your beauty standards.
No, not even.
They don't hold true to Western views of beauty.
That's right. Free spirits all.
You think I have some back hair? You ought to check them out.
Yeah, Sage is also on that list. Fern and Dawn also not shaven properly. Sky, Ocean. Some of those were boys' names, though. I think Sky or Ocean, one of those was on the boys'
Sky
list.
could be. Sky's a.
Actually, I knew a guy named Sky. Now I remember that.
That's not that weird.
There was a cartoon for a while where like one of the main characters was Sky. He was a boy.
That would be Sky Ranger, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Wait.
Sky Ranger and
Sky
Captain
Ranger.
Planet.
All right.
Officer Tomorrow.
Maybe we get to some communiques. I'm guessing some people have some comments about the list after hearing the little...
You know, it's kind of funny you'd mention that. Oh,
I told them not to let the cat out of the bag,
Right.
so hopefully they did.
Thank
I was
you.
worried you might scan over and they'd be mocking you too soon.
AOC, hashtag AOC says, and this is from Oathkeeper, AOC says, I will fight to repeal the 19th Amendment and bring an end to women's suffrage. I have to kind of stand with her on that
Is
one
that
because
the
it does.
AOC?
Yeah, it you know, when you hear women's suffrage, that's the first thing you think
That's
about.
right. Let's end them suffraging.
Why do they have to be suffering?
That's right.
AOC says, again, this is another one from Oathkeeper, actually, conservatives are so concerned about their right to bear arms. But how can bears continue living without their arms?
It's a great point.
That's a good point, I think.
It's like frog's legs.
Yeah.
What happens to the rest of the frog?
They crawl around.
They forever.
It's
do they have a service animal for them? They don't. Little frog chairs? No. So,
springs on the back. That's what it is. Springs.
He just drags himself around.
Terrible. No one wants to see that.
No, Sharkeisha, no, Pink Floyd.
That's right. You don't remember Sharkeisha? You guys don't know that one?
No.
It was a viral video. This is probably like 4 or 5 years ago now. Some girls standing out, behind the school type of thing. And it's like 3 or 4 girls, and they're giving the other girl the business. And the main instigator of the 3 girls, her name is Sharkeisha. And she's giving the other girl, and all of a sudden she just hauls off and punches the girl. And the girl goes down, and she punts the girl. I mean, like full leg extension, like you're
right.
And when she does that, suddenly her friends are like, "Oh, this is going to be bad now.
Yeah.
This is like serious." And no, Sharkeisha, no. And that's the big takeaway. No, Sharkeisha, no.
Wow.
I'm going to look that up.
Does the joke, does the joke ever come to a funny punchline?
That's the funny, but you got to see it. Just go and watch it.
Okay, I just wanted to make
sure. The fact that you are not in the know.
That you're not down with the Sharkeisha.
That's right.
Right. That's what it is. That's what it. And over in the, by the way, the MeWe chat room, she's I can't read that one.
That's the problem with the MeWe chat room. It's kind of a hit or miss.
Creed. Backyard cows being named Creed is a little better than being named Nickelback. That's true. That's true. Creed did have some good songs. Excuse me. Creed did have a good song.
What was that song?
Shine.
And? Well, go, sing it. What's the song? What's the title? Go. What's the title?
I'm getting
go and jog it, sing it, work it. Go. Come on, let's go. Hurry. Bust it out. Give me a word. Give me something. Tuesday.
iPhone now.
Sunshine. Love. Hate. Loss. Love. Treasure.
You wonder why you don't have any friends. This is why. This is why you have no friends. I can't remember the name of that song. But that's Creed. You know what the song I'm talking about.
Do you realize in that amount of time you could have just looked it up? But okay.
Yeah, where's the fun in that?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, years ago, my friend Brad Staggs first introduced me to this product, Relief Factor.
And he said, that can't be my friend. That's just a bag.
That's right.
And I said, but this is a bag of really good.
It's a bag of love is what it is.
It's a bag of really good love. Good stuff. Relief Factor, I've been taking this almost 5 years.
I've been taking it 6.
And by 5, I mean 7. And it's an anti-inflammatory. If you're dealing with pain, if you're getting older, and you getting any pains yet, Brandon?
Oh, yeah. At 34, I'm experiencing the descent.
34.
You're right on the cusp.
Oh, yes, you are. If you scoot over a little bit, you'll get off the cusp. But the thing about once you hit 35, things hurt.
That's when it's
like 5-year increments. You start getting. You didn't even know you had one of those things, and all of a sudden it's swollen and it's painful.
Do you wear glasses?
Sometimes now.
Reading glasses? Or?
Yeah, every now cheaters. We call them.
Yeah.
Cheaters.
Yeah, that happens overnight. You got a little young in that one. That's usually around the 40.
So, it's all the computers. But look, if you're suffering from pain, the everyday aches and pains of life, of exercise, what the Relief Factor does, it's an anti-inflammatory that's not a pharmaceutical. It is all botanicals. It's omega-3s. And if you take it as directed, and it's pretty complicated directions, take 1 packet 2 times daily. Or as directed by your physician. If you just follow the directions when you order the Quick Start Pack for $20, you see if it works for you. Take it for like between 7 and 10 days. Well, just take the whole bag. You bought it. Take it. Once you're done with the bag, if you go, wow, I feel good, like I knew that I would, order more. If you don't feel, there's no difference for me. Don't order more. But this stuff works, and when I go on a trip and I forget to bring it with me, I feel like I've forgotten my toothbrush. It's that bad.
Thank you, Sputtering Duck. He's calling you out on the Twitter.
What I do. But it's reallyfactor.com. Get yours today and try it. What did I...
He said, so at Real Brad Staggs only reading the AOC says tweets today, I guess. All my snark wasted.
Well, no.
How come you're not reading the other ones? How come you're only reading those?
Okay, let me see. Sputtering Duck, if you had something worth saying, I would...
Oh!
You set him up, I'll tee him up.
Wow.
As herb use. Oh, really? Libertarian. Fun fact: fenugreek is an herb used to stimulate lactation.
Oh, there it is.
Well, that makes sense.
I thought that was more of a move.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not. It's Sputtering Duck. I don't see any. I don't see any entertaining ones from Sputtering.
By the way, Samwell is from Lord of the Rings.
Samwise Gamgee.
Is that what a Samwell? I think is from
Wait a minute, hold on. Is that one you made up? Samwise?
No, it's Samwell. Samwell. I think that's also from Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Samwell.
Yeah.
Samuel Tarly.
Is that right?
Samuel Tarly. Yeah, Samuel Tarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who that is, Brad?
Apparently not, since I have no idea who it is.
He's the bigger fellow that was on the Night's Watch.
The bigger. Oh,
yeah, Samuel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Friend
the one
with Jenny, I think it's her name. Jilly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dilly.
Dilly.
I got you. All right. So you know what? If you watched Game of Thrones, Doc, you'd be cool like the rest of us. You'd be able.
I will someday.
Be in the know.
Someday I'm going to watch that Breaking Bad too.
That's really good.
I don't dispute it.
It's really, really good.
Brad, some of us work. Some of us have things to do.
Yeah, but then there's you.
I know, and I
you
don't have any friends.
No, and that's
all right. Communiques, hashtag what I learned today on the Twitter, also on the MeWe and the Facebook page as well. So yeah, I got to give it to you. The what I learned today's are a little lacking. They are. They're a little bit weak.
Well,
there's some okay ones, but overall.
But here's why he even brings that up, because both Doc and I know that you are capable of so much more. I mean, we just hate to see you not living up to your full potential. We're proud of you. We've watched you grow.
I think they're losers. I don't know why you're saying they have potential.
I'm trying to give them a pep.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, well that's probably a better.
You know, if you really, we want you to make the most of yourself in this crazy mixed up world. So put a little effort behind it. Make some of them funny, at least mildly entertaining.
Normally, they do a pretty good job. Today,
Right.
It's a little light. I mean, you have those days. That's fine. That's all right. All right. Hashtag what I learned today. Coming up on Memorial Day, we kick off our 50-day tour. Brad Staggs, where can people find out information on the 50-day tour?
If only we had thought to create a website was perhaps MoJo5050tour.com.
That's exactly it. That's it.
You know, if we had thought to create that website, it would have been a fabulous collection of information about tour stops, about how you can get involved if you want to sponsor
What
it.
if people want to sponsor something?
Well, they could actually go to that and then find out how to sponsor.
What about like the tour stops and stuff?
If they wanted to find out the tour stops, they could click on, tour stops along the way and find out exactly why we're doing it, which is not only to promote us, but also to help veterans, because if, as a sponsor, right off the top, half of what you sponsor us with goes to veterans charities, and you can find out more about that at MoJo5050tour.com.
Yeah, the tour stops we have listed are tentative. So if you check them out and you're like, yeah, I'd love you to come to a different part of the state, we'll do it.
Plus, they're not written in stone yet.
Yeah, we'll absolutely change it as long as there's money.
Yes.
Because this is to raise money. So yeah, if there's money, and then I mean, we're happy to have you get in a bidding war with somebody else too. But the rough amount for a tour stop to sponsor it is around $3,000. Half of it, off the top, as Brad said, goes to veterans causes. It's tax deductible, and we'll have a list of the veterans charities that we're going to be working with real soon. It's MoJo5050tour.com.
And you get to shower with us every morning.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. MoJo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump leaves today for the G20 summit in Argentina, where he'll be meeting with various world leaders, but will Russia's Vladimir Putin be among them? That's the question after Mr. Trump threatened to cancel the sit-down over Russia's aggression toward Ukraine. Our military affairs analyst, Colonel Robert McGinnis, hopes that Mr. Trump will meet with Putin and will also hold talks with his Chinese counterpart.
Hopefully, President Trump will speak with President Xi. There is a lot of animosity there. It's not just about trade. We are threatening to increase the tariffs for a variety of products, $200 billion or something.
President Trump holding out the possibility of a pardon for Paul Manafort. Mr. Trump telling the New York Post that a pardon is not off the table. Drug overdose deaths and suicides played a role in an increase in deaths in the U.S. last year.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says there were 70,000 drug overdose deaths, 47,000 suicides in 2017. Meanwhile, the decline in the death rate from heart disease, the nation's #1 killer, has leveled off. All factors in the 2.8 million deaths in this country, the most in 100 years of record keeping. Dr. William Dietz at George Washington University knows financial struggles, widening income gaps, and divisive politics are fueling hopelessness, resulting in drug use and potentially suicide. I'm Tim McGuire.
The Senate voting to advance a bill that calls for an end to U.S. involvement in the Saudi-led war in Yemen. This is meant to punish Saudi Arabia for its role in the killing of columnist Jamal Khashoggi. Secretary of State Pompeo and Defense Secretary Mattis both went to Capitol Hill, urgently lobbying against that bill. On Wall Street, stock futures in the red. Dow futures down about 68 points. NASDAQ futures 44 points lower. More on these stories.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
Funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RADUzone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism,
Yes,
so you're
it does.
burning more.
Yeah, it
Try it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com. RIDUzone.com.
Doc Thompson, MoJo 50.
All right, here's the thing about shutting down the freeway. I don't care who you are. I don't care if I agree with you. I'm hitting you. I am running your ass over. I'm serious. You're on the freeway. And listen, prosecutors, if you want people prosecuted for running people over that are staging protests on highways, do not pick me to serve on your jury, because I don't care the circumstances. I don't care who's in the road for what protest reason. If you're in the highway, I am letting that person off. They could run the crowd over, back up, run them over again, get off at the next exit, loop around, and hit them again. And I am acquitting them. Sorry, were they on the highway? Sorry, you're free to go, sir. Have a good day, Mr. Staggs. You're free to go. I am not prosecuting you. I am not going to convict you for this stuff. If you don't want to be run over, don't walk in the highway. It's the highway.
Yes.
Hey guys, Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. Are you tired of the bar scene, hoping to find the love of your life? Well, there is a better way for you single guys and ladies out there. Check out WeThePeople.dating. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, we all know the success of a relationship hinges on the core shared values of a couple. So check out WeThePeople.dating for the love of people and people of love. Sign up and start dating today. WeThePeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner.
The mothership has landed.
All right, it's Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs, along with our buddy Brandon Morris, who's hanging out with us today. Your Daily Mojo. We also have, I know it's...
that
Idi Amin.
That one over there. He's the...
Patrick Mosier.
Wandbanger? Oh.
He's the
Patrick.
Wandbanger.
It's Zen. That's what he's changing
Zen
to now.
Wandbanger.
And, of course, Spinning the Dials radio style for us.
That's Ron Phillips.
No, that's not it.
Yes.
That's
Ron
not it.
Phillips.
That's not it. That's not...
Yeah.
Are you
That's
sure?
who it is, yes.
All right.
Do I have a mute button on this one anywhere? Or
No,
what?
you do
Okay,
not.
good.
Yeah,
Cool.
so... perhaps we just move on from that. Hey, Brad, can you let everybody know about Tar River Arms before we move on and get to the totally acceptable racist joke of the day?
Absolutely. Tar River Arms is the new way to buy a firearm in this country.
It's not the old way.
No, it is not. You don't want to do it the old way, which involved a lot of bloodletting. With Tar River Arms, this is America's first virtual gun store, and they say that because you're going to see images of the guns there at Tar River Arms like you've never seen them before, not only in high definition, but they are truly spinners. You can click on these guns and you can see them from every angle. You literally click and drag.
Sounds...
it is amazing. I'm going to show you one.
Oh, yeah, you'll see the pictures. It's rocking. But the other thing is, too, incredible savings. If you look at it, most of the guns are $75, $100 cheaper. They take care of all shipping expenses and transfer fees to your local FFL. On the upper level, because they've got some really unique and expensive guns for a few grand.
Oh, look at that.
For those, not all of the transfer fees are 100% paid by them. The other ones
Zoom
they are.
in, spin around.
You mean
any
you can
angle?
see? You can see where he didn't clean the trigger well.
Oh yeah,
that's
right.
And he hates that we point
That's
that
a
out. But
dirty gun.
It's a dirty gun. But the H&K that we talked about yesterday, I think that one is still available. There was only
It's like a $300 savings, around $2,700 total. If you use the promo code MoJo50, they're going to give you a discount off of the transfer fee.
Yeah.
Transfer fees for that stuff obviously get pretty crazy.
It's really, really cool.
But great deals. Most of it absolute free transfer fees. And again, they're going to pay shipping on it or whatever. You're still saving a lot of money. And it's a lot easier to do as well because some of those guns are difficult to find. You're talking not just expensive, but unique guns that are difficult
hard to find and hard to find in good condition too. And you can see the gun in high definition and spin it around every which way but loose before you buy it.
TarRiverArms.com. It's TarRiverArms.com.
And now, the totally acceptable racist joke of the day.
Why do white people smell so bad?
I don't know. Why do white people smell so bad?
So blind people can hate them too.
This has been the totally acceptable racist joke of the day.
Wow, you see, because white people stink. They just have that odor.
Well, that's a stereotype we all know of white people that they all smell. So,
but that is our acceptable
Joining
racist
us now,
joke.
another one of those smelly white people. Chef Patrick Mosier is here. How are you? So the food biz pro.
I'm good. I'm freshly showered. I didn't think I smelled this morning, but you know,
you smell like
apparently
waffles.
everyone wants to enjoy.
What do you got for us today? Going down the world of food headlines and interesting things going on in the
Brad
news.
brought up the poo on the touchscreens in England.
Isn't that
Which was
nice?
one of my that was my lead story today.
You're welcome.
You realize we have those touchscreens all over the U.S., right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and there's
they're
going to
all-
be more and more.
No, I mean even in McDonald's, they're all over. But they're tainted. The tainted lettuce, the tainted screens.
Yes, they are.
There you go. That's all I had to say. Every time I hear that tainted lettuce on the shelves, grocery stores, throw it away.
Tainted
I just can't help
love.
thinking. You know where that all comes from? You know, E. coli.
Where's it come from?
Fecal matter.
So what I want to know, I mean, is that one person or fewer people that don't wash and then they touch it and everybody else just ends up spreading it? Or are a lot of people walking around poop on their hands because they didn't wash? That's the question.
It could be one worker in a field that touches one head of lettuce that gets rinsed in a big vat of water, and that contaminates everything.
No, that's on the lettuce. I mean
Yeah.
on the touchscreen
Oh,
stuff.
that's just people not washing their hands in the restaurant.
Right, I know,
Yes,
but again, is it a
bunch of people.
few people that touch the screen having not washed their hands, and then everybody else touches the screen and then gets poop from that? Or are there a lot of people not washing their hands?
It's a lot of people not washing their hands.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
You
So
wash
that
your
pretty much,
hand?
I imagine that just applies to any touch screen, like at the airport.
Yes.
especially.
Oh yeah.
Just
ATMs,
watch. Next
anything.
time you go in a public restroom, watch how many people don't wash their hands. It's disgusting.
If I go in and I don't wash my hands in a public restroom. I don't want to. There's so few things I want to touch in a public restroom.
Well, I think we just answered our question, didn't we? I think we. I figured
You
it
know
all
what?
out.
There are a lot of people with me. A lot of people. If you can get into and out of a
I
public
want you to
restroom-
know nobody's with you around here. Like even
You
that
watch.
Ron.
No, because
Ron.
I've done that.
Rod.
If I think the public restroom is filthy enough, I will be
Yes.
like, I trust my
Right.
own.
Yes.
my own stuff more than
nothing
that.
No, you still wash. You just turn the faucet on with your foot. That's all.
No, you ask the guy
Do
standing next
the
to you.
karate kick of the toilet seat and the handle flusher.
And hope it doesn't slam back
Go
down.
roundhouse.
Ron has a good point.
Yeah,
That's
you ask the guy next to you.
all you do is say, "Sir, I'm afraid this is too disgusting for me to touch.
Right. Could you
Would
touch
you
it?
mind touching
Right.
it? Because
Can
you
you-
look
will you
already
take this
disgusting.
bullet from me?
You look
Can you
already
touch this?
This E.
tainted.
coli bullet. Will you?
It's actually ridiculous that restaurants or any public restroom still have the touch faucets.
Yeah.
They should all be just
At this point,
What?
yeah.
They should all.
They should all be
what?
automatic.
Automatic how?
Well, in the sense
Motion?
that you don't have to physically touch.
You're talking about the
There's a
motion
sensor,
sensors
motion
that
sensor.
never work.
They never shut your dirty whore mouth
I'm
on
just
that
saying,
right
never
now.
been a
work.
lot.
You
No.
sit there, you wave your hands. You're doing. You've already put the soap on because that works.
No.
That's
90
just that's free comedy.
It's like
for
you're
the
doing
rest
a
of us.
magic trick. Nothing happens. It's like
Yeah, that's exactly
Water,
right.
water.
Then you move to the next one.
My next one is fire.
No, so what they should, and they could have done this a lot. Back in the day, we had foot pedals for the stuff.
Yes, we did.
Put in foot pedals because they actually work and you can control them.
that's such a great idea.
We do
how
that in
simple.
a lot of kitchens. A lot of commercial kitchens have the foot pedals. There's one for hot, one for cold. You never have to touch it with your
What
hands.
about on the door? Because
Oh,
I've
the
seen
door kick?
Have you seen the door ones that
Those
you
are
can now
awesome.
open the door
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
your
except
foot?
when the door weighs 400 pounds. Then
That's
what do
true.
you do? And here's another thing. I usually grab a paper towel to open the door with.
A lot of people do.
But if they don't have paper towels, they only have the hand dryer.
Then you stand there and wait for the next person
or
to
you
come
hook
in.
it with your foot. And,
By the way, at a restaurant over by my house, they've got the dryer incorporated in the sink. So you wash your hands, and it's
in front of it right there.
Yeah. But I heard that those the big jet dryers. I heard that those also spread a lot of poo.
It sprays around.
Yeah, because basically you're just blowing poo around.
As they're blowing you off, the poo goes everywhere.
Well, I mean, sometimes we overthink this stuff where you're going, okay, you got a little foot kick or whatever. Some places you have limited space, that makes sense. But there's a lot of places where you just have like a little maze you go through, so you don't have to have a door in the restroom.
Yeah.
So wait a minute.
That's true. Like in a
we live in a world where
way.
we can have Alexa do just about any damn thing for us.
And
but
she
we
can't open the door?
Right. Or turn on the faucet.
This is the reason why if I go to a restaurant and they don't have the paper towels or you can't open the door and you're in a hurry and you can't just stand there and wait for somebody, I just open it with my penis, and then you can just
wow,
that's real talent
and then you
right
don't
there.
have to worry about it. So,
you might have chosen the wrong business. Don.
So you staple it to the door, and
that's not a staple. I
you
mean,
have to stand super close.
You got to train yourself.
see him
It's
doing
not
push-ups
easy,
with
but,
no
you know.
hands. It's weird.
Well, now that we've all got our appetites back, well, let's look at some
Let's
food
move on.
trends for 2019.
Kielbasa.
Yeah,
by the
sausage,
way,
number one on the list.
By the way, that was
Force
number
meat.
18 name, kielbasa.
Yeah.
So
Food trend is what?
Some of the hot trends coming up for next year that they're predicting. Remember the Impossible Burger that we saw at
it's made
the
out of
Chicago Food Show?
all plant. You eat it.
Yeah.
It's a hamburger.
It's legit. As a matter of fact, White
But it's
Castle
made out of, does
the Impossible Slider. That's going mainstream.
They've never had meat in their burgers, anyways.
Kimberly in high school, she is
The Impossible.
different one. Okay,
Yeah. No, this is an actual edible burger.
Gotcha.
So anyway, they're going mainstream. They're going in grocery stores. They're expecting more and more plant-based proteins to be on the shelves, not just there, but also in restaurants. We saw the watermelon ham at that restaurant in New York for $78.
So bizarre.
It's watermelon ham?
Yeah.
Explain this.
So this guy takes an organic watermelon, like a small watermelon, those personal-sized
Hold on
watermelons.
a second. Don't you just know if you're going to make a ham out of a watermelon, it has to be an organic watermelon?
Have you ever seen one?
Have you?
Have you ever seen one?
So he cuts the rind off, and then he scores it to look like a ham.
Right.
And then he brines it for like 4 to 5, 6 days. Then they smoke it, and then they pan sear it and roast it, and it comes out.
Well, wait. There's
when you
more.
wrap
it in the tortilla
It takes
and deep fry.
It takes 7 days to make this, but when watermelon dries out a little bit, it has a meaty texture to it. That's kind of how he got the idea for it. But it's $70 or $78. I swear to God, I'm not kidding you.
How do you charge $80 for a watermelon?
Yeah, oh,
Smoke it, let it sit around a while.
And
marketing.
live in
I
New
gotta
York
look
City.
this up now. I gotta see
smoke,
this.
watermelon
I gotta
ham.
see this.
All right, so fermentations, we've been talking about this for several years now. Fermentations are going to be on every menu in every restaurant going forward. There's a big demand for kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles.
That's right up your alley.
I'm there. I'm ready.
It's really good for you. Gut health is being directly related to brain health. So
there's a lot of this stuff is being driven by nutrition and health, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things behind the probiotic stuff. The pickled stuff is very probiotic.
Absolutely.
The other thing is the anti-sugars, and then the plant-based proteins. That's all health and being driven by that.
yeah, and you know which generation's doing that, right? It's not my generation.
Nope.
Is it mine?
Millennials?
Millennials. That's who's driven it. Yeah.
Oh, shame on us.
I know.
No, I mean,
actually not
it's a
bad.
good thing.
Kimchi,
It's a
that
good thing.
stuff's good. Real
All right, so
fried.
the next one is...
Hang on, did you look it up?
Yeah, I've
Did you
got
say-
it right here. It looks like something you would see in a Photoshop job. It's like, look at my surreal thing that I've made here.
It's a watermelon ham.
It only takes
I don't
a
know
week
if the
to
cameras can see it, but I mean, like, just Google it.
They all have.
I'll put it up on social media.
Yeah.
Now look up pineapple prime rib, because I have a pineapple prime rib that I'm working on. It's only $400.
That's a big pineapple.
And on the side, you can get the kiwi roast.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
serve that on a blue waffle, by the way.
That's right.
On the beverage side of things, sweet and sour beer. Now, this isn't a brand new trend, but it's becoming more popular. You've had sour beers. Have you ever had those?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a sour taste to them. It's
those the fruit ones?
No, so the fruit ones are more like a cider. They're slightly sweet. You know, some of the ones like Revolver has the blood and honey. So it has blood orange and honey.
Yeah.
That's slightly sweet, little fruity. It's a fruit-based.
It's beer juice.
It's beer juice,
I call it beer
basically,
juice because you're getting your vitamin C and your beer at the same
Sour
time.
beers are becoming really popular. And these ciders, I've spoken about Scrumpies up in hard cider. You ever had that really good hard ciders?
There's an old radio bit Brad's laughing at. There's an old radio bit for a company called Dickens Cider.
Yes.
And it's fantastic. You
really
get
good.
You get the Dickens cider. The Dickens family around many years they had an orchard, and they've started making Dickens cider. So if you want
a noble family.
A noble family. So if you want something good this weekend, get Dickens cider.
I can't wait to get home and grab a big Dickens cider. Wait a minute.
So you can't mention apple cider on the air without Brad taking it to an old radio bit, and I'm very offended by this. So let's just move on.
I'm actually going to see if that name is copyrighted or not, and I might just
is.
And if not,
damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway, sweet and sour beers. Takeout cools down, so less takeout. I think it's going to be a lot less delivery. Companies like Uber Eats, all these other delivery.
Well, that's
my
bad
son works
news.
for. Well, they don't make money.
Well, no, it's bad news because that was my go-to job in about a month. So
I'm right there. I started yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to just go back to straight Uber. All right. Sophisticated snacks.
Ooh.
Yeah. So instead of things like just simply granola bars,
You eat,
they're gonna.
but your pinky
pinky's up.
That's
Brad
right.
does that. Do you ever notice that when he's snacking?
That's it. He's dainty.
He's dainty.
It always blocks my. I can't get my hand into the bag when my pinky's up.
Remind me to tell you about that later.
Okay.
By the way you were eating your Muddy Buddies there was pretty shockering.
You like that?
Oh, so sophisticated snacks. Yeah. All right. Next.
There's no danger of them being in here, so it's okay.
Global menus. We're going to see more of a global influence on local menus. We already knew that was coming. It's happening every day. Flipping the bird. Rotisserie chicken goes bold.
What's that mean?
Yeah.
So instead of having just plain old rotisserie chicken like we used to get at Boston Market, or some of the
Kenny Rogers Roasters,
Latin-based restaurants that we go to, that we get that great spicy rotisserie chicken, or they're going to have additional
Costco.
That's
true.
Costco, they serve like I don't know. Half a billion chickens a year.
You can
it's
get
ridiculous.
a whole chicken for like $4.99.
$4.99.
Killer deal.
The price has not changed in 20 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're adding these different marinades, roasting methods, and dipping sauces.
Those companies, you mean?
Actually, yeah, those companies, but also restaurants and other dining establishments. So.
That's when people bitch about welfare and I need more money. You get a $4.99 bird.
Yeah.
You put that with a cup with some beans and rice or whatever. It's a meal for 4 people.
Oh yeah.
Good.
I mean, literally, we went down the road. We got a half a chicken, came with 4 tortillas, beans, rice, and that was it. And it was $11.99 for 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's out there.
And we had food left. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So number 8 is bringing farmers to the table. We have Farm to Table 2.0. So now instead of just going to the farmer to get whatever you need that's local within 50 miles, hyper local,
you take your kitchen to the farmer.
Yeah. No, actually, you call the farmer and say, "This is what I want next season. Grow it."
Wow.
Seriously. So now the restaurants are starting not just cooperatives, but also as individual entities, placing orders for a specific product for an upcoming season.
I was thinking about that the other day. Nothing is out of season anymore. It's like you used to have to, rutabagas. They weren't, it's not rutabaga season. But now you can get anything all the time.
Oh, yeah. Honeycrisp apples. They were usually seasonal, but
they were always fall.
Just last year, now I can go to the Central Market and find them all the time.
Yeah, they're coming from other countries, yeah.
As nice as that is that you can get whatever you want, there's a health downside to this. I saw a story about this, that back in the day, you say, well, I have a picky eater. We all have things we like in our go-tos, right? Even if you're not a picky eater. So you say, well, I can only eat strawberries and chicken nuggets and a couple of other things. Well, those things are always in season, so you only eat those every day or all year long. That you're not getting all these other nutrients. Where strawberries and stuff would go out of season, so you would be forced to figure out what's coming up and what's in season then. And although you would gorge yourself, and it's like all strawberries for a month, then something else was coming down the road, and over the course of a year, you got more. Right. We don't have that anymore.
No, and as they crossbred these plants and did some GMO, modifications, they're bred for packing and shipping, not for nutritional value, right? So if you ever notice your limes, half the limes don't have any juice in them. It's because they bred it to have this really thick, fibrous pulp inside, so that it ships really well. They're called Packer limes, Packer lemons, Packer limes. Don't even go there, Brad. I see it coming.
Packer.
I hardly.
Yeah. Anyway, so and tomatoes aren't shipped, ripe anymore because they don't come from your region, and they have to travel several thousand miles.
Just below your spleen.
So this hyper local thing, which has started about 10 years ago, they came with farm to table, the slow food movement. Now hyper local, which is within 50 miles, all the ingredients come from within 50 miles.
I'm waiting for the super hyper local. I want everything that I eat to come within 3 feet of me.
Growing on the rooftop.
Yes.
No, that's the double platinum secret
gotcha.
regional.
Right.
Yeah, they're trying to do that. The thing is, if you're going to serve pork, they don't like pigs on the roof of the building. So
yeah. Honestly, we're gonna
You got to go to the bar.
we're gonna have more plants in our homes down the road, like people have the topsy turvy hanging tomatoes.
tomato one.
And then I think you're going to see, it may be 10 years down the road, you're going to go to the supermarket and you're going to pick stuff off of the vine. Because with the aeroponics, which is even a higher yield and more simple than the hydroponics, and they just miss the stuff, basically, you will see the plants hanging. The yield is incredible. They don't have to destroy the plant, and they just keep growing and producing
And
stuff.
that water's just recycled as well. All right, so the last one is we've seen this move towards alternative milks, cashew milk, almond milk, soy milk. Butters are going to go the same way, and they're using seeds.
Like cashew butter?
Cashew, well, they have nut butters, hazelnuts, sunflower seeds, cashews, pepitas, which
Stop
are
everything.
pumpkin seeds.
We have nut butters?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they have peanut butter?
Peanut butter, yes.
That could be confusing.
Yeah.
No, I want peanut butter, not peanut butter.
That would be embarrassing when
Will
you're
we
asked to
have
serve
cheese
that
then?
at Whole Foods. Could you grind me up some peanut butter?
Will there be cheese then, made from nut cheese? I mean, because you got to go
Hold
all
it together,
dairy.
Brad. Hold it together.
I mean, you're going down the other dairy. You got nut milk and you got nut butter. Why
it's
would you
like
have nut
the
cheese?
number one joke in a kitchen.
Nut batter?
Is the cheese joke.
Okay, that's fine. I'm asking serious.
I'm just having a hard time not going there. No, they will not have cheese.
what's the
I hope they
cheese
do
joke?
not have nut cheese.
Oh, that joke. Okay.
Nut
Yes.
cream? So we'd have nut ice cream?
I think that's more of a topical treatment and not a butter to spread
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Nut salve.
More of a salve.
I'm looking for the nut ointment and the nut cream. What is in the dairy aisle?
Soon enough, there'll be a whole aisle at your CVS coming to. But yeah, so all these alternative sources for butters and just like they're doing with milks, but they're using nuts for the butters and seeds. They have seeds coming up as well. I'm just trying to make Brad.
No, just keep going, man. Just keep going.
Gutter water.
Don't
That's all I can
stop.
say
It's
is
going to
gutter
be
water.
worse for you. You just keep moving. Keep moving.
Don't sit still. That's how Lincoln got it.
Oh, we got a chef in the news.
Too soon.
Another chef in the news. So
There's
I don't
more
know if
than
you
one of
heard. Yeah, oh yeah, we had a bunch. So there were people like Mario Batali got caught up in the Me Too movement.
Oh, did
yeah, he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
He's gone. And so yeah, I
had a problem with
we
nut
know their
butter.
company fairly well.
When he got busted, Les Moonves went, "What'd he do? What'd he do? What happened? Seems fine."
we had all these heart-wrenching stories like the loss of Anthony Bourdain, and then just recently Jose Andres, the foremost Spanish chef. No, not Jose. He was actually nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh.
He has served 3 million meals, more than any other organization.
Wow. I served 4 million.
I know,
Yeah.
and I served 3 million, 4, but in Puerto
See,
Rico,
that's not as many as 4, though.
yeah, exactly.
You had to go above
I was
4
nominated
Still more than
twice.
on the same day. Anyway, so Andrew Zimmer, his show, what is it,
Yeah,
Bizarre Foods?
yeah.
Well, apparently he made a derogatory comment about Chinese food in America because he's opening a real Chinese-based,
Okay.
But anyway, it was pretty. He said he's opening a place called the Tiki Bar in Minnesota. And the goal was said to introduce Midwestern to hot chili oil, introduce them to hand-cut noodles, and introduce them to real roast duck. And he said, I think I'm saving the souls of all the people from having to dine in those horses-ass restaurants masquerading as Chinese food that are in the Midwest.
Good. Good for him.
And he got in trouble for that?
Just a little.
Why?
What's the problem?
Yeah.
Don't tell me they said it was racist.
For me?
No, I mean from their perspective. What's the objection?
I
Just that
think
he was so aggressive, trashing the other restaurants?
No, I think it was because a lot of those restaurants are run by Chinese families.
But here's the thing, though. They're not cooking traditional. They're not eating that on their table.
They're not
That's
eating that on their
American
table.
Chinese.
They're not.
Whoa, what, you mean they don't serve Kung Pao chicken at home?
Nor do they nor
No.
fortune cookies.
No. So anyway, he had to offer a big public apology and eat a bunch of crow, which apparently doesn't taste very good.
And apparently it's going to be on his menu.
Yes.
Yes.
In the
No,
Philippines.
just stop it. He didn't say. Listen, if he said they were horrible or something, they're not. They're awesome. They taste great, but it's not real Chinese. Okay, I'll give you that.
It's not like food glitter. What is it? The herpes of the craft world?
Many years ago, I had a Chinese family move into my residential neighborhood right next to me, right from China. Okay, and I lived in Cleveland, and they invited us over for essentially a housewarming. We're like, yeah, and the other neighbors went over, and we're like, hey, there's lots of Food? I think that's food. I couldn't identify.
Still moving.
That looks like a giant carp with the head still on and the scale still on, just laying there. It was some bizarre stuff, and I was like, okay.
It's too hard.
How was it?
I didn't have a lot of it. There was a lot of it. It was just I don't even know what it was.
It's too hard to eat something that's looking back at you.
Yeah, I mean, really like that. There was a giant fish with the scale still on.
You just have to eat the eyes first, that's all.
It looked like a cartoon fish with like big, huge scales. I think they were screwing with me.
Yeah, if it was a carp, then you're right.
They're
That's
like,
probably
oh,
what it was.
watch this.
Oh, we used to punch carp at the Colorado River.
You probably shouldn't say that. That's probably not. That's
It's statute of limitations.
That's inner Brad voice stuff. I just you told me to tell you.
So much fun.
That's inner voice stuff.
It's float to the top.
Okay, all right.
Great.
So.
Yeah, real quick, let me remind people about saving their heart, because when you mentioned the probiotics and stuff like that, that's all about heart health.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Save your heart at saveyourheart.com or 800-77-HEART. Saveyourheart.com has the Pauling Essentials Formula, or the PES.
Yes. Well, that's what we call it around the house, the PES. You had your PES?
PEF.
No, it's a PES. That's what I said, PEF.
Okay.
That's what I said. Have you had it
because
today?
we recognize that heart health is really important. In fact, heart disease is one of the number one killers in America. So save your heart by going to saveyourheart.com. They have the formula there, but it lays out all of the different things that the formula will do for you, like increasing blood flow, lowering your blood pressure. There's lots of things that it could end up helping with.
Thick, healthy head of hair.
You look like Stalin.
Yes, it's amazing. No, it really is the engine in your car. It's the preventive maintenance. You can either make sure you eat uber healthy every day, every meal, exercise, do all the right things, which all of us do.
Yeah,
not
all the time. Yeah,
or you can have a little something that you have in your secret arsenal of tools.
So saveyourheart.com. It's either going to help you prevent heart disease or deal with the heart disease. Maybe you already have it. Saveyourheart.com.
All right, one last quick story here. Starbucks. Has anybody seen Starbucks' new holiday beverage they came out with?
I go there as soon as they come out. I stock up.
It's the new Juniper Latte. It's basically a gin and espresso. Without the gin, it just tastes like it.
That's what I want. The horrible taste of gin without the alcoholic effects.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I mean, I think
the only reason you can even consider
after all of these years.
And why go through all that trouble? Just go snip a take the clippings off the juniper tree and just throw them in there.
Right.
Well, you can't do that because juniper berries are poisonous.
Horrible.
Well, I mean, what do you think when you take a poisonous berry, you ferment it and make something drinkable, not drinkable, out of it? It's not going to. There's a reason it tastes bad. Juniper berries are very poisonous. Yes.
Isn't that what they make ricin out of?
No, they make that out of castor beans.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But anyway,
that
everybody knows.
Everybody.
No,
you make it out of castor beans.
Yes, exactly.
I'm asking for a friend.
By the way, you should check Brad's browser history and basement. Back in a moment with more on your Daily Mojo.
Happily promoting the 4 F's: freedom, faith, free markets, and fun. MoJo 50.
Are you tired of the bar scene? Tired of trying to meet people that maybe you just don't know? I'll tell you what, I'm a classic example of online dating. I met my beautiful wife online on a dating platform, and you can too. Check out wethepeople.dating. There's a better way for all of you single guys and you ladies out there. You know what? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner ought to be your number one goal, just like the Constitution. They make it easy to find a liberty-minded match, and it takes less than a minute to create a free account and begin browsing through over 11 million monthly subscribers. Look, if you're looking for someone, you don't have any time, you've got a computer, you've got an internet, you can start browsing wethepeople.dating. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a partner shouldn't be a mantra. It should be a goal. For the love of people and people of love. Listen to Matt Locke. Check out wethepeople.dating.
You cannot retreat to your safe spaces. There are no therapy poodles allowed when facing the truth. And that's just how we like it. Straight, hard-hitting, conservatarian truth. On the rocks. No chaser. No marches. No protest. Only small, limited government, constitutional conversations, exclusively on MoJo 50. We get into foreign policy. We get into national politics. We get into constitutional, libertarian, conservative ideology. We put the brakes on the media spin by destroying the lies, dismantling the narratives, and bringing you the stone-cold hard truth. Every weekend on MoJo 50. Join me, Adrian Slade, for a raging hour-long discussion, deconstructing the headlines and delivering you the entire full story. Only on MoJo 50. Live free.
Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs, and our special guest, Staggs, our special guest, Brandon Morris, in the studio with us as well. An old friend hanging out with us just for the fun of it today.
Yeah.
And Brandon needs to know about charity magnets because he's sitting here with no knowledge of charity magnets.
Well,
it is charity
horrid.
magnetless.
Look at this. watch it. This is magic. Watch this thing. I put.
Just sticks right to metal.
Sticks right there.
How does that work?
Magnets. Magnets.
Yes.
I know you were thinking some sort of anti-gravity device. No, it's a
I
magnet.
thought that you were both witches.
Yes. Well, we are.
But
this has nothing to do
with
it.
witchcraft.
Charity
could,
magnet.
but it doesn't.
Yes, absolutely. We're about as attractive as most witches. CharityMagnets.com. It's not only a great place to find a Christmas gift, but it's also a great place to buy something that a portion of those proceeds is going to benefit a really good cause, which is?
It's Cops with Kids with Cancer.
Wow.
Yes.
Cops for Kids with Cancer.
Yes. So basically you're helping out kids with cancer. And it's the charity is Cops, and they're helping out the kids with cancer. So not only do they have magnets like this, which look good on a refrigerator, but they have the ones, and we discussed this yesterday, it's not a magnet, it's a bolt-on. It looks like a badge. It's about 2.5 inches tall, maybe 1.5 inches wide. It bolts onto your license plate, and it's I think it's gold-plated. And it says it's the law enforcement. I support law enforcement. That sort of thing.
The metal keychain one or whatever.
And it bolts on. But here's the thing. Let's say you may be a little prone to go over the speed limit.
Yeah.
You have I support law enforcement. I'm just saying.
It's better than not having one.
Yes, it's better than having FU police as a bumper sticker.
Yeah, suck it, pigs. It's not going to be as good.
That's probably not going to get you out of a ticket.
Right. And I'm not saying that this will get you out of a ticket. I'm merely saying it would be nice to support law enforcement that way.
And this is absolutely the website you should go to until Brad and I launch Velcro charity magnets.
Yes.
Or charity Velcro badges.
Yes.
Charity Velcro badges.
Until then, CharityMagnets.
That's right.
.com.
Ours benefits kids for cops with cancer.
Yes.
It's kids out there that just want to help cops with cancer. So that's our
we
plan.
find the good people.
So you go to CharityMagnets.com and you buy a magnet.
Yes.
And it sticks to things.
Yes, magically.
Magically. With magic.
Yes.
And then it also supports kids with cancer.
Yes, that's how it works.
Yeah,
now you got it.
What's the downside of going to that and buying one?
There's absolutely no downside.
Not even a little.
Nope, exactly. Everybody wins there.
Yep.
All right, that group of vegan activists.
Their Christmas party, amazing. Let me just tell you.
What do you call? Is that a gaggle?
I believe it is.
A vegan activist? Is it a school?
You can try.
Is it a Leviathan? Is it a satchel? What do you call it? A planet? There's got to, you have all those names depending upon, is it a den?
Is it a wand banger?
It's a wand banger of vegan activists.
Yes.
Wow. We could just stop there.
Jobs
right themselves.
Good night.
A group of vegan activists in the UK, which makes it even better. Stormed a local steakhouse recently and began to mock the patrons.
Oh, no.
It did not end very well for the group of vegan activists.
Beaten to death with leather whips?
No, almost that bad. Now, you'd think, okay, in the UK, they're going to be more sympathetic to these crazy people on the left. They were not. No. Apparently, they also want to eat their yummy steaks in private without vegan activists being around.
How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
It's a great point.
All I'm saying.
Someone should put that in a song.
So they really should.
So when they busted in the steakhouse, they had signs with phrases like, "It's not food, it's violence," which is one of my favorite things that they've come up with.
Oh,
It's not food, it's violence.
I like the violence that's marbled with fat because it really
a good Delmonico violence.
That is some tasty violence right there.
I am prone to the cowboy ribeye violence.
Yes.
I kind of like Wagyu violence a little bit.
Yeah. But I usually almost always order a filet of violence.
Oh, yeah. So you can cut it with a fork.
You can. I mean, done right. You know, a little bacon, that type of thing.
If you go to Central Market, they have rosemary violence. Rosemary garlic violence.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. We should get Chef Patrick in here.
Sprinkle a little fenugreek on that.
Now, which is better? violence or hate? Remember, Chick-fil-A is hate.
You know, I think,
remember they're serving up hate.
I think that you can.
Is it time and place?
Well, it's like when I go to the mall and I go to the one little restaurant, I have them split the entree. So I want some of this and some of that. So I just so you get the split entree
kind of like a surf and turf.
Yeah,
kind of like a hate and violence going together.
Yeah, a little bit of a sampler platter of hate, violence, possibly some.
I like this. This is fun, like a whole right-wing buffet of hate, little violence,
little poo-poo platter.
You know, a little white supremacy here, with that on the side. That's good too.
Little transphobia, if you. Sprinkle a little transphobia.
I like that. That's a hell of a side right there. Anyways, it really it's not food; it's violence. They played recordings of cows being slaughtered while people were eating the cows. And one of them attempted to speechify on the joys of veganism and the evils of meat consumption.
The joys of vegan. The speech was very short.
It was not. So while this is going on, the people that were eating their meat just kept eating their meat. Some most ignored them. A few challenged them by mocking them. And saying things like, this violence is so yummy.
So they were jackholes, is what you're saying.
That's exactly what they were doing. Nice. They were mocking and mimicking cows being slaughtered then that they were playing. Oh, they doubled down.
You know, the one vegan protester who actually imitated the cow by sliding his own neck and then hanging upside down, and he didn't do it so well.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Off camera, you can see the video. Someone who's, the person filming this or whatever, one of the activists says, they're letting us protest, but they're eating the flesh of animals in front of us. See, they were offended that they continued to eat.
Right. So they went to a place where you eat the flesh of animals in front of them and complained that they were eating the flesh of animals in front of them. Wow.
Yes, that's exactly right, Brandon. Yes.
Up until today, I didn't think it was this easy to mock a vegan. And did you know that they were...
It's, if you think about it too long, your eyes will start to bleed.
Who would have thought this? So they're eating the flesh of animals in front of us when we went into the place where they were eating the flesh of animals. I got an easy solution if you don't want to see people eat the flesh of animals in front of you.
You're not going to suggest that they
do not go to a place where people are eating the flesh of animals.
Hang on now. Are you saying that, that they should not go to a place where people are doing a thing that they hate?
Saying maybe you'd avoid seeing the things you don't want to see then.
Oh, Nobel Peace Prize winner right
there. Brandon Morris right there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely.
I'm going to save the world.
The protesters were in the steakhouse about 15, 20 minutes before they just went outside.
Okay, everybody, let's... I think our work here is done. Let's just go out front.
I thought we were going to protest.
No, I'm done.
I got the sounds of the cows being slaughtered still.
What do we want?
No food.
When do we...
No meat.
Let's just leave.
Let's just walk outside.
Mission accomplished.
The poor guys just tuckered themselves out.
Well, they were vegan. They didn't have a lot of energy.
See, that's my point, right? You couldn't keep up your energy with this, right?
Yeah, they're very pale.
We just don't have the energy. We're good for about a 5-minute protest. We can go 0 to 60 for 5 minutes, and then, well, we're going to have to stop. And
the cow slaughtering tape was only like, what, a minute and a half long?
It's looped.
Yeah.
I want you to know that's just one cow because we couldn't afford any more. Just one. We got the footage. It's looped.
My question, though, is like, where did they get that? Because the way that they actually slaughter cows, it's like it's the way they do it, especially it's like turning the cow off.
Right.
It is instant. So my question is where are they
the bolt
going
to the head thing? You're saying that?
Yeah. Where are they going to get a tape of a cow being slaughtered painfully?
Well, what they would tell you is that it's all the other cows behind, standing in line, waiting to see that one, and they start freaking out.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what they will. That's
not how they do.
No, that's why they have them come around. That's around the corner.
Yeah,
And they tell the cows waiting in line.
What are we waiting in line for?
Gold.
Yeah, exactly.
They're good.
Gold bars. They're giving you gold.
Yeah,
gold.
Oh,
and you can spend those on anything you want. New hooves. You can do that. You can do that.
Y'all are going to be part of the new Chick-fil-A.
That's right. You're all going to be stars. It's an audition.
Yeah, this is what
it's
it
an
is.
audition, kid. It'll be great. You're going to be famous, kid. Famous. Bossy's out, kid. It's you. They need a new bossy.
Have you ever eaten beef tongue?
Yes, I have. I've had it in taco form.
I ate it.
My dad loves it.
I ate it without knowing I was eating it at first.
It's very tender.
Yeah.
It is tender.
How'd it taste?
It was good.
How did you taste? Hey-o. So, yeah, the protesters just kind of tuckered themselves out, went outside. Now, a spokeswoman for the group called Direct Action Everywhere, or the DAE.
Direct action everywhere.
Yeah, and
that's called hedging your bet, just in case your one protest topic doesn't work.
Here's the thing: it's not always direct. In fact, most of their action is not direct.
Right.
It's not always action. There's a lot of, as we just pointed out, just kind of hanging out.
Yeah,
not really action.
That.
And it is not everywhere. It's not even everywhere in their hood.
No.
So a very odd name, but nevertheless,
Direct
the spokeswoman,
annoyance everywhere.
I'll give you that. Yeah. And so the spokeswoman said, in a time where we are experiencing mass environmental destruction, largely due to our unsustainable and unethical food choices, it is paramount that we put our so many words.
Give her a second to nap. She's
tired, so exhausted. It is paramount that we put our egos and selfishness aside and accept that we are connected. We are all animals.
We are all animals.
She said, we can no longer ignore the suffering and pain we cause. We are not the only sentient beings that inhabit this planet.
But I think the Elephant Man would disagree. I am not an animal. Remember, he said that.
Right, exactly.
He said that.
Was he sentient?
No, I think he was from Iowa.
Is it sentient? Did I say that right?
I think
sentient?
So. Yeah, sentient being. Yeah, that's
aware.
Exactly how you should say it.
So here's the thing. What do they eat then?
They eat the plants that they pull from the ground. That's where.
So you can eat some live.
Yes, yeah.
So they're speciesists.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just don't want to listen to the lettuce scream as you yank it from Mother Earth.
You can't hear it.
Actually, I think haven't they done something?
I've always heard
they
that.
did. I was going to say
recorded something somewhere. It's like you look at this graph. See this little thing right here?
The tree.
That is where where the moment you pulled it, that's where the lettuce screamed.
And by the way, it's even worse for the lettuce.
Well, yeah, if you're the lettuce, you're getting yanked out by the hair.
And you see them coming.
Yes, you do.
Not like the cows that think they're going to be starring in movies
That's
and
true,
stuff.
and because you can't get up as a head of
What
lettuce.
do you say? Everybody, they're coming for us. Run!
Oh, wait!
I can't.
Because I'm stuck.
I'm lettuce. I have no legs or feet.
Do you think when lettuce dreams at night, can it run really fast in a dream?
It can.
It can fly.
Hey, you awake? You awake?
What?
You
Yes.
awake?
What?
Hey, I've heard a rumor that they're coming for us tomorrow. We're all making a run for it tonight.
Where are we going to meet?
We're going.
Don't say that word.
We're heading west.
We're heading west. Are you ready? 1, 2.
We're going to reach California in about 500 years.
Oh, we got to get just the top of the hill. We can roll the rest of the way.
1, 2. Damn it.
I'm stuck.
The potatoes said they've seen the farmer coming for them.
You know, because potatoes
they have eyes. That's what I was going for.
That's why they say don't bend over in the garden. The potatoes have eyes. See, thank you.
It's funny. Some of the plants said they don't care at all, though.
Oh,
so
I see what you did there. I do.
I don't have an arugula joke. I'm
celery.
sorry. Celery. Hardly even.
Barely knew her.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. You want to protest as a vegan, fine. You know, the public a place. You want to express yourself. You don't want to eat meat, fine. Hey, I'm a proud libertarian. Do what you want to do or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But go ahead and leave me eat my meat. Let me eat it in peace, especially in a business. I'm paying money to, whatever. Because you don't see me storming your places of your
they don't have any
quinoa,
your commune,
hippie, dippy, unshowered group of whatever. I'm not in there mocking you. I mock you on this program, and I mean, come on. I don't storm your.
Have you ever had tofu that's? And
I'm going
to say something nice about an ex-wife. She could make the tofu taste yum.
What did it taste like?
Actually, she could make it that it tasted like chicken salad.
Why didn't you just have chicken salad?
Yeah. My ex-wife was a member of PETA.
Really?
Yes. That should tell you a lot.
Don't they kill a lot of animals themselves?
People for the ethical treatment of animals?
Yes, that PETA.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure if
No, she was a member of PETA, went to one of the marches, and she could make tofu taste. Of course, she was a raving bitch, but
See, he's covered legally because he was married several times.
Yes.
It could be
could
either
be
one of
any
them.
of
It could
these.
be any of them.
Any
right?
of the five.
And it could have been a metaphorical wife.
yes, absolutely could have
been one he dreamed about. He's always covered that. But one of
I
them.
think both of my ex-wives were members of PETA. Now that I think about it, and both of them made fabulous tofu.
But one of them. Just one was a
horrid bitch.
How about the other one? There's
a good friend and a trusted colleague. You decide.
Talk amongst yourselves and figure it out.
She had a bad side too.
Yeah, did she always make it taste like other stuff?
Are we still talking about the tofu?
The tofu, yeah. Brad, it's okay. It tastes like chicken salad today. It's okay. I just worked it out.
Tofu, as by itself, tastes remarkably similar to a pencil eraser. And have you ever had just tofu?
It doesn't well.
It's.
But I mean, did she always try to make it like they do tofurkey, where it tastes like furkey, or did she just put it in dishes?
Did you say it like it tastes like furkey?
Tofurkey,
right?
Yeah. Because my mother-in-law at times will cook with tofu, but it's not like, hey, this tastes like chicken or steak. It's just cut up into stuff.
Yeah,
like
but and cut up into really tiny pieces. But I mean, if you were to just eat a chunk of tofu, it tastes like crap. But she could make it taste like chicken salad.
Have you ever gone into the store and bought tofu to make and prepare?
I don't remember.
Here's the thing. There is a surprising amount of different types of tofu. And I don't mean like, hey, it's Duncan Hines tofu, and Betty Crocker tofu.
Okay.
It's like soft and hard tofu. And then medium tofu.
What? And
I don't know.
It's all soybeans, right? Isn't that what tofu is?
Yeah, I think so. And I don't know the difference. So occasionally the mother-in-law will send me to the store for tofu.
Right.
And I'm like, damn it. Is it the hard or soft?
Right.
Is it? And so I've gotten to,
I didn't realize there was such a tofu variety.
It's incredible. So I make them send me pictures now of what they want.
Good. Yeah. That's good.
Because it's all in Korean on top of it.
So I
go to the Korean markets and I've just said, send me the. So I go there. Right, because they'll say, and I know some things by the packaging, whatever, but I can't tell. And I'm looking. Sometimes they change the package up a little bit from the picture. Well, we're used to it. It's like, oh, it's Heinz. They just have a little different flour over here. No. So I'm standing there and I'm trying to communicate with the Hispanic people that work in the Asian markets.
Yes.
Not the management. They're still Korean, of course.
El baño es en la cocina.
Yes, exactly. And it is very difficult to try to find out what the Korean writing is from a Hispanic man.
I could see where that would be a problem. I could see where that would be a problem.
So, they just send me the pictures now, and I try to.
And then they ask you if you want it soft or hard.
Often. Yep.
That's very
it.
nice.
So it can be difficult, but I absolutely encourage you to try that sometime. Not the tofu, going to the market to have fun with it. Think Progress had a headline, speaking of the romaine lettuce. This was just a couple days ago. In response to the romaine lettuce, I'm assuming the headline, romaine lettuce is too dangerous to be in stores. Where do you think they're, but what do you think the next statement is?
But
think Progress.
Jobs will be lost. It's got to be eco-friendly. It doesn't cause
racist somehow.
Okay, you're getting there.
Racist? How is it not?
What's the important word of this?
Romaine.
No, romaine lettuce is too dangerous to be in stores. But what is in stores?
Guns.
Ding, ding.
Oh, wow. We just were going this way and then that way.
But guns are still available 24 hours per day, it says. They are at TarRiverArms.com.
Yes, where you can get fantastic deals and save a lot of money right now. TarRiverArms.com.
You can spin the gun.
Romaine lettuce is too dangerous to be in stores, but guns are still available 24 hours per day. Gun violence kills 96 people every day. Gun violence does.
And they just jump right up off the table by themselves.
Yeah.
If someone wasn't there to wrestle them to the ground.
I actually strap my gun down.
Yeah.
Like a gun straight jacket,
Absolutely.
if you will.
Absolutely.
And it stops it, because it has its moments where it's just like, crazy. And then
I don't think that's enough. I give mine gun roofies.
Mm-hmm.
Completely incapacitated.
Oh, so you drug yours?
I do. Just keep them drugged the whole time.
We like to call it Cosby'd.
Cosby, that's a
Cosby
kind of the slang little fun thing we do. Here's the story on Thanksgiving Day. They write, 2018, Americans can't buy romaine lettuce because of a CDC recall linked to an E. coli outbreak. But even though gun violence is still so mundane that a shooter at a mall in Alabama Thursday evening barely made national news, Did that barely make national news?
No,
it was all over the
yes,
place.
it was.
Guns were still freely available at stores like Walmart across the country.
You know what's unfair here is that I've never been given the chance. No one's given romaine lettuce the chance to save lives.
No.
I feel like if we were to actually use romaine in self-defense, then we would actually see more romaine in stores. Yes, it's dangerous. It could kill you, but you know what?
That's a good point, Brandon. So say I'm in a store and somebody threatens me or my family.
Right.
And I have the ability to conceal carry some romaine.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I bust that out and I just start wiping it on.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Knowing that E. coli, if it's present on that piece of romaine, could
Poop
get
on
in
you,
their system.
poop on you.
Right.
Exactly.
And, 2-3 days incubation period when they go home, they could end up in the bathroom for hours.
Exactly.
You're going to get sick now, mister.
That's right.
Don't point that gun at me.
That's right. Seems a little less immediate.
Well, but you know,
why do we have to have such immediate
Why is everyone in such a rush?
Can
Why
we
is everyone
not
in such
just
a rush?
delay the gratification for a couple of days?
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
We posted at Spoonie's Facebook page. It's Spoonie Radio on Facebook. A meme. Did you see the meme with the cake?
I did not.
Picture of a cake, and it says, "Eat salad," they said. "It's healthy," they said. You know what never gets recalled? Cake. Hashtag Team Cake.
That's right.
Yeah.
How often cake doesn't get recalled?
Nope. I can't remember it ever being recalled.
And then a bunch of people posted links to stories of Duncan Hines recalling cake mixes. Guess what? Think progress. Yeah, it's always because they want to make this out like this is new. They tried to blame Trump for it. We mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
this stuff has always been recalled at times. We're just probably hearing about it or more concerned about it now.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah, that's well, it's all Trump's fault.
Yeah. Dog Tag Furniture is out there doing a whole lot of good for veterans and veterans' families because the veterans, if you're gone, you're not on the hook for the money to bury yourself. Usually your family is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Once you're dead, it's quiet. You don't have to listen to anything. The problem is everybody who gets left behind gets stuck with your expenses, and especially if you're a veteran, what are the veterans' benefits they lavish upon you upon your death? Like $400.
If you're just a veteran but not active service, it's a few $100, $250 or $300, something like that. That's the death benefits, and the average funeral is about $6,800, $7,000.
So a bit of a deficit.
If you're
there.
active duty, I want to say it's around $2,500.
Why have they not just kept up with the price of? I mean, if you generally speaking, you go to war, there's a chance you could die.
I can't believe that while I even get the veterans thing, you're at that point, you're out of the service. It's nice to have a little benefit, but
sure,
the onus is on you. I get it. But active duty,
that's what I'm saying.
When the average funeral $7,000 and it's $2,500.
How do they justify? How do they actually sit there and justify?
Especially if you have a lot of entitlement programs.
You mean
increasing in price?
You mean like senators and representatives getting their full salary when they retire, that sort of thing?
But you think about this.
Until their next raise that they give themselves.
If you're active duty, there's a good chance you may die because of your service. Right? It's not like saying, well, active duty people also have, some normal lives where they live off of base, or post or something like this. They have a family, so you're going to buy your own food in that case as opposed to eating the commissary. Okay, I get that. But if you die in service, they're only going to pay for a third of it?
Yes.
That makes no sense.
You work for a company essentially whose purpose is to kill people and break things.
Right.
Yeah.
That seems crazy.
A chance you
if you want to help veterans and active duty service members out and help pay for those funerals, go to dogtagfurniture.com. To my knowledge, it is the only veterans and active duty service charity that actually helps pay for veterans' death and funerals. It's dogtagfurniture.com. They make beautiful stuff like the wooden flag directly behind Brandon Morris. And they have some other things as well. Aren't those cool?
Yeah, it is cool.
Are really neat.
I really like that. That's a bunch.
They have a bunch of different designs. You can get different things on them as well. It is dogtagfurniture.org or .com. Dogtagfurniture.org or .com. Check them out today.
What do you mean it's let's go?
Righty, that is it, ladies and gentlemen, the end of your Daily Mojo. But before we go, as always, let's find out what we learned today. Brad, I learned a lot of things about gender identity.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Gender identity number 142, nuts.
Yes.
Gender identity 143, bolts.
Yes.
Gender identity 154, nuts plus bolts. Gender identity 164, nuts in bolts.
Right. Don't screw with me.
See what you did there.
It's screwed.
Bradley J. Staggs, what, if anything, did you learn today?
I learned that hydroponics is the number 46 most popular name for girls on the list of most popular names.
Yes, it is. But they're moving up the list.
Yes, they are. And I learned that Starbucks will be introducing their new mothball and pine tree iced coffee later this year.
It's good. And your car smells so good.
Doesn't it, though?
It does. Can you drink it?
Brandon, have you ever smelled mothballs?
Yeah, you know what? I not in the way that I would like to, Brad.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to hold their little legs
you
apart.
got to hold them.
It's really,
difficult.
really
You need a
tough.
buddy or tweezers or something.
Thank you. I'll be here all
You get
week.
this leg.
Those poop-covered screens at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Trump's fault.
Yeah.
All of them, yes, absolutely.
Just so
Personally
you know.
goes over there.
That's right. I don't know if you were keeping track or not. Brandon Morris, what, if anything, did you learn today?
I learned that sometimes in order to achieve a better life, romaine lettuce will leave its growing fields and head West California way.
Look,
make a run for it.
They're just looking for a better life. You don't want to let those heads of romaine into the country?
It's Thelma and Louise.
They're taking jobs from icebergs.
Yes, they are. They are
can't have this anymore.
Damn it.
Coming across the border to another farm.
Or bringing all that slutty salad dressing with them.
Also, I learned that...
Sorry, I went to a different place in my mind. After this moment.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I also learned that I think it's really awesome that cows are trying to find a different way to go in their entire lives without not just being meat now, but being celebrities, being commercial stars.
Yes.
You're going to be a star.
You're going to be a star, kid.
Oh my gosh! Look, it's going to be an action film. They've got a gun.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oops.
Why is Pete laying over there dead while I'm walking around the corner?
Can I get my stunt double now?
Somewhere someone's listening to this going, those assholes, I can't believe
They're mocking the death of animals.
The vegans are going to climb the stairs.
Yes,
they're going to
they
be
are.
here in about 15 minutes. They got to take a quick rest.
Yes.
And then they'll be in here.
Yes. Yeah, they're going to have to stop midway up.
I'm going to honor those animals today that paid that sacrifice. I'm going to eat some yummy animals today. Bradley J. Staggs, what, if anything, did the listeners learn today?
A smattering of what the Mojoin and Jill Hole Jackholes over in MeWe learned. Backyard Cows learned. I don't have much money to offer for the tour to come to Kansas City instead of St. Louis. What I can offer you is your bus not getting stolen and barbecue. So thank you.
Oh, wait. Oklahoma Joe's in Kansas City.
There you go.
They could be Kansas or Missouri Joe's, but no.
David Dudgeon says, a patch. What is a patch? What do you call a group of vegans, Alex? See, a patch.
A patch.
It's a pumpkin patch. See?
Nicely done.
Yeah, very nice. And
clever, but not nearly insulting enough.
Exactly. John Kloppenberg III. This is why we need to license procreation. I know I said the evil L word. That's all.
He might be able to convince me on that.
Yeah. Over on the Facebook, Donna Moss, who is our one leftist-leaning liberal.
God bless her.
Yeah, really. She says, Brad Staggs, you scare me.
Well, I mean, she's not alone.
Yeah.
Then she gets it.
Yes. This
Wow,
way,
you really
she's
are
more one of us
understanding.
than she thinks.
I asked her if she'd come on the show and talk. She says, this way I can remain a coward hiding in the background.
No, and seriously, we just want to know. I just got to know about you. I mean, it'll be a fun experience. I mean, you'll feel a slight pinch, but, it'll be all right.
You're going to feel a little prick when the needle. That's all. That's all it is. And finally, over on the Twitter, nope, can't read that one. Stanky says, what I learned today. No, you're going the wrong way. Hot dog, carrots, beef, Brussels sprouts. See, making those out of the watermelon hams.
Oh, good job.
Hey,
we've got a big tour coming up. Where can they find out more information?
If you go to MoJo Tour 50550tour.com. MoJo 5050
It sounds very
Tour.
confusing. What's the significance of that?
Well, it's 50 states in 50 days.
How long is that going to take us?
It's about 50 days, yeah. We're going to go to all 57 states.
Sounds great. Get the information. You can also just go to MoJo50.com. I think there's a link to it up there.
Yes, there is.
We did not get those new numbers of procrastination. We'll do them tomorrow.
Yes, I think
What does
we will.
Matlock have coming up on his broadcast?
Oh, that you'll be able to hear it from the next room. Yeah.
So I
Why don't
wait.
you just listen with everybody else? Why do you always ask me? Just listen to the damn show.
You know why they call him Matlock?
Have you ever seen one?
Remember your Daily Mojo today,
Ron Phillips.
Ron Phillips production. Sic
yes,
Semper
yes.
Tyrannis. Good night, Steve Cannon. Wherever you are. Anya, now. You go home.
And that, Brandon, is how you do it.
That's how we do things downtown, bitches.
Oh, man. Learn to think.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving...
this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason.